Hey everyone, this is Rob,
Hey, Michelle.
and welcome to Bunebape, your weekly podcast on everything you need to know about old school RuneScape.
Meet Mer.
All right, so this week up on the docket, we actually have a ton of stuff to go over.
A lot.
Yes, because we got the episode out early last week, we actually were kind of behind because, like, the day we would normally put it out, they put out a massive sailing blog.
Yeah, we were like, oh, we're totally going to do a mini episode, and then we just forgot.
Yeah.
So it's in this episode.
Yeah, so we are going to be covering a pretty big sailing blog after we go over any updates we've had this week for us. And then we do have a couple smaller blogs, including this week's update. So we have some player support roadmap stuff, as well as some interface changes for this week's update. So yeah, and then of course, yeah, we have the Q&A. Feel free to ask us questions about, you know, RuneScape, other games, real life stuff. Ask them anywhere you want. We have socials listed down below at the end of the pod. And also, you know, this pod is just like every other one now sponsored by our members on the Patreon.
Thanks, guys. We're actually, for the first time, streaming it on Discord to record, which is funny because only 2 people even have access to that, and one of them is not in our Discord, and the other one we just tagged the minute we started this.
Yeah.
So shout out Gail if you show up.
Yeah, it's more like a test run.
Yeah, this is a practice.
Yeah, that's one of the perks of tiers 2 and above is you can like be part of it live and you can ask questions live. So that's kind of cool as well. So there's a bunch of other perks, but yeah, if you want to support us and like what we do here and help upgrade the stream or whatever, then feel free to support us over on Patreon. That's the easiest way.
Yes.
And it helps us keep it so that we don't have like a ton of like sponsors or whatever.
Yeah, or any sponsors.
Yeah. So yeah, anyways, shout out to them. And before we get into all the super cool stuff this week, though, Michelle, how's it going?
It's good. So I haven't gotten Delve yet. Still, I got the closest I got.
You mean you haven't gone floor 8?
Yeah, I haven't gone floor 8 yet.
Because you just
technically that's not
at the Delve.
Technically, it's not a KC if you don't get floor 8.
No, it is. It's just called a deep dive.
Yeah, but I'm not even on the high scores.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah, you have to have 8 done.
That's really embarrassing.
Sure. So still working on that. I got the closest I got last night. I got down to 60 hit points, and then yeah, I panicked. I really need to start watching back my VODs, and I keep saying that, but then I forget to. And then whenever I was getting frustrated at Delve, I was borrowing people's TiVos and trying to get the Hydra GM time. I have not gotten it. I'm 3 seconds off, and what's really frustrating is it's one of those bosses where the speed run is extra annoying because the boss has a 4-second animation as it dies before it stops the time. Nice. So that's super dumb. Yeah, that's what I've been working on. And then I had some little achievements in our community on Discord that I was going to share as well.
I'm kind of surprised that you're still working on the floor 8.
I wanted to give up. And I was like, man, this is annoying. Like, it feels embarrassing. It feels like everyone else is done. And then I saw someone else post on Twitter, like, oh, I finally just completed level 8. And I was like, I was being a little dramatic. A lot of people haven't done it yet. A lot of people quit before they even got there.
Yeah, I was just surprised that you haven't got it yet.
Yeah, I feel like if I dedicate time on the weekend, maybe I would. But I don't think I really played it all this weekend.
Yeah.
I was busy making shorts and such. But
well, maybe next weekend.
Maybe. I probably won't even play. In Discord, Andrew learned how to do Yama, then got Oathplate legs at 40 KC and again at 46 KC.
That's a pretty good
shmoneys.
Yeah,
I think they're worth like 94 mil right now.
Like 1 out of 600, right?
I don't know, but all I know is like 180 mil. Jesus.
Yeah, I feel like that's definitely a little spoon.
Oh yeah, and then Raniel got another pet. Raniel keeps getting pets. It's number 18, Chaos Ellie at 118 KC, and then Andrew again got 99 strength. GC guys.
I wonder if Raniel was one of the guys that it's funny, I saw a post recently and people were like memeing about it. Like he was there fighting Chaos Ellie. He was like flinching Chaos Ellie, and there was like a clan war next to him in like the castle, and he was just like watching it while he was like flinching.
Yeah,
Chaos Ellie.
You have to be entertained. Chaos Ellie's not very exciting.
Yeah, they eventually killed him, but it was funny.
It's actually super funny. Yeah. They're like, well, I'm just going for pets, so don't mind me.
Yeah, so that's cool. At least he got the pet now. He doesn't have to go back there.
Yeah, and then we celebrated Robert's birthday. So should I share what your presents were, or do you want to?
You can. You got
Okay.
him.
So, the week before his birthday, this one was like super last second. This artist that I like on online, it's like Guillermo Nunes, I think is their
Guillermo
name.
del Toro.
No. They make like art of like capybaras is how I saw them. Like kind of like water painting style. Is that what it's called? Water painting?
Watercolor?
Watercolor, yes, painting.
Water painting. It's just they just use water.
Yeah, and they started making commissions of people's pets, and they did it for a lot cheaper than normal because usually it's like $100 to commissions. Commissions are expensive, and it was like $20 plus 10 for a second pet, and then I just like tipped a little bit. So I got a commission of Moose and Goose, and I asked Robert like, how would you imagine them in a fantasy world? And he was like, oh, easy. He didn't know I was gonna commission it. He just like was super down for this hypothetical. He's like, Moose is gonna be like the knight who's like really scared but building up his courage, and then Goose is gonna be a demonic force. So I told that to the artist, and they drew up them fighting against a dragon with bunny ears, and Moose is hiding behind a little shield, and Goose is a necromancer. And it's really
Classic.
cute. Yeah, I'll put a picture on the video. Future me, please remember that. And then I got him a birthday cake that was like low-key dry, but it's still like
It was very fancy
it was
birthday
very
cake.
fancy. But next time I'll be going somewhere else. And for the next day, like his birthday plans that I made, we were talking recently about like a spa day and how expensive it is. So
Very expensive.
so
It's
expensive.
surprisingly expensive,
Yeah.
at least to me.
Because I was looking up spa days and I was like, Jesus Christ, like these
Yeah.
are crazy.
I mean, it might depend on like your area, but it was like
Oh, that's true. We live in a big city.
easily
Hundreds.
you could look at like a $400 bill for like a regular treatment.
Yeah. So instead of doing that, I got us a Groupon for massages, and then I went and we got manicures and pedicures because Robert's never had them. And our nails are looking nice. They painted my nails and they're already peeling off, but that's okay.
You peeled them off.
3 of them peeled on their own.
Yeah, sure.
And then the other ones, oh, they're so fun. If you've ever painted your nails, do you guys do the thing where you peel it off in one go? Oh my God, it's so satisfying. Don't look over here. There's one of the nails.
That's gross.
It's not gross. It's polish.
You're
It's just
gross.
color. But yeah. So birthday celebrations. Then we just got food.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah. What have you been up to?
I celebrated my birthday. But
He's
no.
31.
Yeah, I am old. So
Not as
no,
old as Raniel though.
honestly don't have a ton of like other news. I did play Helldivers for a little bit.
Oh, he played with Ninja, right?
Yeah, it was,
Yeah.
it's still fun. It's definitely fun. I kind of hate that like I have to buy it sucks. I hate the way they monetize the game.
Okay.
I actually hate it. I feel like it's one of the worst
Really?
in my opinion. Yes.
Why?
Okay, so the way they monetize the game is they're like, "Oh, there's cosmetics." I'm like, "All right, cool. Obviously, I don't care about cosmetics. There's capes and stuff like that. I use the base skin you get when you enter the game. I don't
Wow.
care about cosmetics mostly." And
Stark contrast from Maple Story.
I honestly don't care about Maple Story either. It's just I've played that game for like years and years and years, and I like would have like the free one, which is like cool, but then eventually you end up like kind of like League of Legends. Like I didn't care about what my character looked like in League until I played the game for 7,000 hours or something, and then like
You kind of care.
eventually I was like, all right, I guess I'll buy something.
Fashionscape is the end goal.
Yeah, exactly. And so I hate it because it's not just fashion, like actual like a lot of content is locked behind additional things.
In Helldivers?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
And it's never given to you.
That's so annoying.
Like they've added like tons of new weapons, tons of new like perks for like air support and like bombs and grenades and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And in order to get it, it's like, cool, you buy it. No,
Mhm.
it's not that easy.
You don't buy it?
You can technically buy it with like in-game money. That takes forever though.
Yeah.
But so they're like $10. It's not a big deal. But then you have to play the game kind of a lot to actually unlock them.
Oh, you have to pay for them and then
Yeah.
also grind for it?
Yeah.
That's weird. I feel like
Yeah.
I've never heard of that before.
No, that's how it goes.
That's super bizarre.
It's like the thing is like I guess it'd be fine if you can get it like kind of fast, but I would have to play like for like a whole week.
It'd have to be your game.
Yeah, it would have to be the game that I like grind daily
Which
for
it's
me to
not.
unlock the if I bought the thing for $10, it would
Yeah.
still take me like a week or two of constantly playing the game to
That's
unlock everything.
You have
in
to
it.
pay for the opportunity.
Yeah.
Bizarre. That's super
Because like to
weird.
do a full match, it takes kind of a long time. It takes like it can take easily over an hour and sometimes up to like 2.
Oh my gosh. Did Ninja say, does he buy stuff?
Ninja has all of them, but
Oh my
he's
god.
max level. Like he
Oh,
plays
he
the game.
plays it, yeah.
Yeah, like that's the only game he plays. That and Baldur's Gate. So,
And not RuneScape.
well,
Just
yeah,
made
who
that
does?
clear.
But yeah, speaking of RuneScape, similarly to RuneScape, like we're gonna go over it later with like the UI changes to RuneScape, or like the uplift or whatever they're calling it.
Yeah.
Um,
The facelift.
Maple had a really big UI overhaul
Oh yeah,
this
it's
patch.
super random.
Yeah, it's well, I mean, it was expected. It's just like significantly different.
Yeah.
So it's cool, like re-exploring that. But
I'll cut it off. You don't want me to say, but Robert has been like working on a series on a different channel
yeah,
for Maple Story.
yeah, I was working on like a series for like newer players, and it's funny because like I was going into detail on like where to find certain things, and since it's the UI has been like significantly overhauled, I kind of have to like redo a lot of it.
Sucks. He spent like an entire Saturday recording it.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep. I decided I'm gonna keep it just as like a reference because there's still a lot of good info there. But then I'm gonna remake a
Parts of
faster
it.
version that's like more relevant to like because I did it the long way in that video.
Yeah.
There's ways to level way faster. Like there's
Yeah.
an express way, and I'm just gonna do that.
Yeah, we have a little sister YouTube channel that it's called Small Bape. If you guys
Yeah.
like Maple Story.
It's kind of meant for like other stuff that isn't RuneScape. And
Yeah.
so far it's just Maple.
We've never talked about it. We've
Yeah.
never said the name. But yeah, if you want to watch Maple Story content by Robert, that's where you can watch it.
True. Yeah. But yeah,
anything else?
besides that, just played a couple games.
Being old.
Yeah, I considered getting the a membership for RuneScape that we talked about last
It's a
week,
good deal.
just because of the Grid Master thing coming up.
Oh, but you
I'm
still have like a month.
yeah, I'm like I don't want to buy it, and then yeah, like you said, like a month it would be kind of wasted, and 2, it's like
Yeah, half the membership will be gone by the time it comes
maybe
out.
they'll do that for Grid Master anyways.
I hope that they do. I feel like they
So,
could. It'd
yeah.
be a good opportunity for them.
If they do, that would be cool. I might get it if they do. So.
Yeah. Grandmaster sounds fun. Oh, I also put out a video, my second video, my cheesing my way to Zuckhelm series that I've started. Just me doing CAs, if you guys want to watch that.
Yeah.
It took me an entire day to edit, and it's only 8 minutes long.
It did.
I'm so slow at editing.
We're talking about that. Reminds me, there is a additional Gridmaster addition to the last blog we talked about.
You said that, but I could not find it.
It's definitely there. I've looked at it many times.
Okay, well, maybe we'll talk about that after this week's update if we remember.
Yeah. Anyways, so they came out with like a full-on video going over all of. It's like a YouTube video. You can just go to the YouTube, and you can find them talking about Gridmaster and like what to expect. There's even like teasers at the end of it.
Oh.
Like fighting like Echo Cuthbert. They're like teasing as that being one of the
I
tiles.
thought it was real. I was like, what?
I don't know. It could be.
Do you remember how last time they could make the Guardian Cuthbert, but only if you had Varlamore unlocked?
Yeah.
And I spent a really long time clicking it because I thought I could have him. And then someone told me.
Loser.
Yeah.
But yeah, the thing I wanted to point out is, shout out to Mod Kieran.
Okay. Shout out. Why?
Because they've lost significant weight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they commented on people commenting on it, saying like saying thanks, and it's been like a long journey.
I was worried. I was like, I don't know if we should keep that. What if they're like sick?
No, yeah.
Okay, cool. I was just like, oh.
They said like it's something they're actively pursuing.
Oh, okay, cool. I was like, oh, that could be bad too.
No, yeah.
Okay, well, that's good.
Yeah, it's obvious they've lost significant weight.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool. But anyways, yeah, so feel free to watch that video if you want to know more about Gridmaster stuff. We're not going to really be covering that because while it is a blog, it's one we've already covered. So
yeah,
it's just more Gridmaster stuff, which is coming out in October. So
yay, mid-October, right?
Yeah, not too far away.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. It's right around the time of TwitchCon.
It is.
Which is kind of weird.
But yeah, so check that out, and we can probably get into the next thing.
Yeah, so I don't know how I didn't see anything about the Sailor blog because, spoiler alert, we talk about the sailing pet. What? I'd never seen anything about it until I read this blog yesterday. And that's, sorry, you don't know what date it is. 6 days after it came out.
Yeah, it's been quite a while, and if you liked videos like the one I just mentioned about Gridmaster, you might like this one instead, because or if you don't want to watch that one, you can also watch this one. So this is a video by Scritic and No Monkey. They made a video about all of the upcoming potential Slayer mobs in sailing.
Sounds really cool.
Yeah, so this first, I'm kind of confused because they did say that this is the third and final blog about sailing.
It says third and final sailing content blog covering
Yeah.
new Slayer creatures. So let's talk about it a little bit. There's so much stuff that they're like, we want to do this eventually, but we want to put the skill out first. I'm like, why not wait until it's like more rounded?
Yeah, I don't
To
know.
be fair, it's going to be like a lot and it's going to be pretty well rounded, but I'm like, I'd rather wait until like everything's out.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it reads more like this is the last one about Slayer stuff.
No, I think this is the last one.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you didn't highlight it. Why'd you just highlight the word before? What are you doing?
Yeah. It's the third and final sailing content blog.
Yeah.
And then they just say what it's covering.
Yeah, so I'm
It's
kind of
weird.
confused as to why this is the third and final one. It feels like there's a lot of stuff left out.
I'd agree. Because there's a lot of stuff that they're like, we're going to definitely implement that. And I'm like, wait, when?
Never.
Never? Years from now?
Probably never. Whenever they address like the rapier, that's when they'll get to it.
Well, they kind of do address it.
Oh, they address the rapier being useless?
A new one. We're going to get a
New useless rapier because it is actually not very good. And we'll talk about why.
So before diving into the Slayer-related rewards, they want to note that the islands you discover through sailing will be home to a mix of both familiar and new creatures. Our aim is to bring these areas to life by populating them with wildlife that adds flavor and atmosphere, similar to a Varlamore is. Because Varlamore has tons of like, I call them like NPC animals. Like you can't fight them. So they're a little bit different. They're just like decorative, like the capybaras. Most of flavor creatures will not be pulled as they don't offer any notable rewards or ties to Slayer. They're simply there to make the world feel richer and more alive. I will say that it really does help.
I took this as they were going to add more NPCs that you can attack, but they're just not going to be specifically Slayer mobs.
Oh, kind of how they added like the jaguars and stuff.
Yeah, like there's
Yeah.
sliders everywhere. And
I think it'll be a little bit of both probably.
Yeah,
Stuff you
maybe.
can attack and stuff you can't, but just to make it look more alive because you go places like the desert and there's nothing.
Yeah, because I mean, obviously you're not going to, I just assumed it was that because obviously you're not going to sail around and there only is going to be Slayer mobs.
Yeah, exactly.
So I just assumed they were talking about regular mobs.
Yeah. So I like that idea. And I just like the idea of it looking busier.
Yeah, well, we have one of the Slayer mobs coming up right now.
I'm super excited with this. It's griffins. So the Great Conch is the ancestral homeland of the Tortugan race. However, it's been surrounded and inhabited by the griffins for centuries. To a griffin, Tortugans are nothing more than their next meal. These terrifying beasts regularly scout the skies and shores for isolated targets, often baby Tortugans who don't know how to protect themselves. I laughed because I thought that griffin reminds me of Goose, and then the baby Tortugan is Moose. She just be running up and biting him. It's crazy.
Oh,
Our cats.
yeah.
One time she ran up to Moose, bit his neck, and he gagged, and I felt so bad. She's not trying to hurt him. He just like acts like an old man.
True.
Anyway,
I
sorry.
thought of something much more terrifying.
What would you think of?
I was thinking of the actual turtles that like try to spawn and then like birds get them.
Oh, it's
Actually what this is.
I was talking to my coworker about this place in the Philippines, and she was like, oh yeah, you should go there. Like you can go and see like turtles like hatching from their eggs and stuff. And then Robert was like, what if it's like those videos where they all hatch and then they make a mad dash while the birds try to get them? And I was like, oh my gosh, maybe I don't want to see them hatch.
Yeah, I don't know. You might find that.
That's
Yeah.
scary.
But anyways, a little bit more about these mobs. If you're, afraid of spoilers, we're gonna pretty much talk about every single mob that is coming
This
up.
podcast is just spoilers.
Yeah. So obviously, once you go through the Tortugan quest line, you can fight these mobs. They are melee, like they attack with melee, and they're weak to magic. And but also you can use melee as well if you want to.
Yeah, especially air spells for the magic too, because they fly.
Yeah, they actually have like a really weird special attack though.
I don't remember. So you want to read it?
Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's based on your player's weight. So if you're too light, then a griffin can knock you back, dealing unavoidable damage. So you kind of have to be fat to fight these mobs. So
I wonder what you wear.
Well, just bring tank armor because they're melee.
Yeah, but you're using mage. So it's kind of a weird spot.
Yeah, but you can also use melee too.
Yeah,
Like
people are
if you,
probably just gonna use Bailey.
I'm sure you could probably like AFK these with like, full Guffins or whatever.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of like the way I'm taking it. Also, these aren't like super high level mobs, so that's why I think
No, it's
that.
definitely like a mid-level.
Yeah.
They have a few more tricks up their claws as well. That's funny. And you don't need to think
The-
carefully. You do need to think carefully on how to avoid their attacks. They don't want to spoil it any more than they did there.
I'm guessing they
But
have like a dive attack.
oh, I could see that like from the sky,
Yeah.
like a shadow you move away from.
Yeah. Especially the superiors, because there are superiors.
Yeah, they're gonna make it their own unlockable Slayer task, and the tougher version, the superiors, will not go down easily. So it sounds like those are gonna have their own little specials. Them and their superior variants can be found in single and multi combat areas, and are also cannibal. They also are going to
It sounded like you
have
said they're cannibals.
they're cannibals. No, they eat turtles.
Turtles.
There's also gonna be a boss griffin. I
Yeah.
think I got ahead of us a little bit just because I was excited.
A bossfin.
But sorry, let me go back to the Slayer. So we appreciate that players might be concerned about Saling's impact on existing Slayer meta. We're carefully balancing all the new Slayer tasks included within this blog to ensure new edition Slayer feel new and exciting, but they won't shake up the current status quo too much. There's a survey down below where they're going to ask questions about how you feel about the task. Rest assured, we're willing to make adjustments based on community concerns. You can let us know how you feel of these tasks in the survey linked at the bottom. Let us know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the first one, regular Griffins, you only need 51 Slayer, 60 combat.
I think it's I think they look weird.
I like how they look.
I don't like how they look.
Really?
Because they just look if you don't look at the feet,
Yeah.
this is a seagull.
I know. That's why I think it's really funny.
And then the same
That's a
thing.
pigeon.
This is a sea. They're all just birds, and then they kind of like stuck feet on them on the back.
Aren't Griffins just birds and lions?
I think they're more lion, and then like their head is more bird.
Well, yeah, but I think it's like their first half is bird.
See what
Yeah,
I mean?
no, see, they're like their front legs are bird. They're very, it's because a lot of the versions of them are like eagles as the
I
head.
guess it looks too seagull-y. That's more like what I imagine.
I actually like it. I think it's pretty cute. Well, it's looking at it here, it's just like showing different kinds of griffins. It's just
Yeah.
however
I
people
don't
decide to
think
draw
they're
it.
wrong in their interpretation of what a griffin
It's
is.
just
I
not
just think
your idea.
it looks too much like it looks exactly like try to like put your hand over where the lower half is, and that is just a seagull.
I love that actually. Now
Yeah,
that you pointed
yeah.
it out, I like that it's just a seagull with little lion legs
Yeah,
for
like
no
if
reason.
you put that side by side with the seagulls in
And the second one's a pigeon.
in any port, it looks exactly the same.
That is super funny.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of it. At least the default one.
Yeah. But yeah, so 51 Slayer for that. You can get for Vanica, Childer, Neve, and Duradel, and you unlock it with the wings spread Slayer unlock. It's 80 points.
It's important to know that you need to do the Troubled Tortugans quest, which does require 45 sailing.
Yes. Yeah, everything in here requires
You can also
sailing.
get it from Vanica, Sheldar, Neve, and Durdle.
I already said that.
Just in case you forgot. There's a lower chance of getting it from Neve and Durdle because that makes
It's a
sense.
lower level boss, yeah. Next up, we have unique drops from here, starting with the Griffin feathers.
Yeah, so the Griffin Feathers is a thing that is tradable, and it does essentially come from the boss.
It says all Griffin variants.
Yeah, but the reason I said essentially is because of the way you get the feathers.
So I think you might be skipping the next thing. So the feathers are used for the next item, which is the Horn of Plenty. It's a
Oh.
weird name. The feathers are just used to charge it.
Oh, the Griffin Feathers are separate.
Yeah, they're their own unique drop.
Oh,
You thought they were together.
I thought they were together. I see.
The next one, I think, is the boss. If you want to read the Horn of Plenty.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, like you said, the Griffin Feathers is tradable, and it is used for the Horn of Plenty, which is what I was thinking of. So the Horn of Plenty is also tradable, and it's an offhand equipable item that is for Hunter. So it's a rare equipable skilling item.
I feel like they've been trying to find Hunter stuff recently.
Yeah.
I feel like they did something else recently if they wanted to do Hunter.
I think equipable skilling stuff is rare in general.
Yeah, I'm not opposed.
So it's an invisible +4 boost to hunting while it is equipped, and also there is a 1 in 25, or it consumes a charge every 1 in 25 hunter catches, So regardless of whether it's used technically, like if you actually are able to use its effect, which I'm about to go over, it still uses the charge.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. Additionally, you can toggle it on to give a 1 out of 10 chance to double a hunter catch.
That's cool.
Yeah, so double the Chinchompas or whatever. But if you successfully double a hunter catch, it'll consume an additional a griffin feather. So like I said, it would just use the 1 out of 25 anyways, and then now it also uses an additional 1 out of every 10 that you try to catch. So I'm assuming the griffin feathers are going to be really common because this is going to
Yeah.
use a lot of them.
Definitely.
But yeah, anyways, it doesn't give you any extra XP, it's just extra loot.
We missed a line earlier. We were so wrong. You guys, you can only obtain the Horn of Plenty as a drop from regular griffins or their superior versions. It's not
Oh,
from the boss.
I thought it was only going to be from the boss.
I thought it was only from the boss too. We both read this blog, I swear to God, but it was a few days ago
Yeah, it's
or
not a big
yesterday.
deal, whatever.
There was a mod note. Did you want to read it?
Not really.
They were just talking about how they wanted a skilling thing.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, it was like dev comment. I'm like,
I thought the
sure.
dev comments were
I
interesting.
mean, you can read it if you want.
If you insist. So I don't know who said it, but anyway, with the Horn of Plenty, we want to explore using the offhand slot for a meaningful skilling purpose, since it's pretty underutilized for skilling in particular. I can't think of like any instance I use offhand.
Yeah, you can put
Oh.
hammers.
Oh yeah, hammers for construction or at Winter Taunt. So skilling rewards on PVM are also relatively
Or
rare.
the broom torch too.
Yes, yeah, you can do the hammer and the torch. Yeah, all the things.
No,
Anyway.
I wasn't saying together. I just mean like you can axe in one hand, broom torch in the other.
Oh yeah, because now you can make it switch hands.
Yeah.
Skilling rewards from PVM are also relatively rare, and we felt it was a great opportunity to bridge that gap. Traditionally, PVM has often acted as a way to bypass skilling by pumping large amounts of resources into the game. This time, we want to flip the idea on its head by using a PVM encounter to create an item that directly enhances its skill. By doing so, we hope to make griffins feel like a more natural addition to the game. Hunter in particular can sometimes feel like it has long stretches where the new levels don't unlock much. The invisible hunter boost improves your success rate, making those activities feel a little bit more rewarding. Meanwhile, the chance to double your catches proves a nice extra benefit, reinforcing your goal of getting to PVM to support skilling content.
Yeah. And,
Oh, the double doesn't give you extra XP, by the way.
no, yeah. I mentioned that. It's just for
Oh.
loot. But I'm usually not, or I'm usually a fan of invisible boosts, but in this case, I wish it wasn't.
I like visible.
Well, it's just because Hunter is one of those skills where like the early parts of Hunter is pretty ass.
Yeah.
Like you kind of just do the quests or do birdhouses or whatever you do, hopefully to get to 55, because then you can do Chinchompas. I'm sure other people like doing nets and stuff like that, but I always find it to be like kind of not good.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm sure it's better now because previously you had to like, if you're catching salamanders, you had to continually pick up the stuff that you were using and then put it down again. Now it
They
just,
did change that, right?
yeah, I was gonna say now it just auto resets, making it a lot better. But I don't know. I kind of wish it was a little like boost because like one, you're already having to kill stuff to get it, and then two, it just makes it so you can do chins like a little earlier.
Well, you're gonna get a lot of feathers for your horn.
Uh,
Does that sound weird?
yeah, I guess so. But speaking of feathers for your horn, we have the Shellbane Griffin. This is the boss.
Yeah, this is one I got a little bit ahead of myself with.
Yeah, so this one actually does have real boss drops, just not the ones we thought they
So
were.
cool. So this is a brand new mid-level Slayer boss. It can be only fought while on a Slayer task. At just 51 Slayer, it'll be the lowest level Slayer boss in the game. This is a solo instance fight, by the way. Like normal griffins, the Shellbane Griffin is weak to mage, but melee will also be able to defeat it. Primarily, it attacks with melee, but it has a range attack it used too. While it shares traits and mechanics with regular and superior, it also brings a few surprises on its own. Its wings are capable of generating immense power, so this battle sure be anything but a breeze. Pay very close attention where you're standing. I think that's the dive attack that you speculated.
No, I think it's the corrosive spit. It just talks about in a second.
If that isn't challenging enough, its salivary glands are capable of delivering corrosive spit. Well, that sounds like two different things if they say if that isn't challenging enough. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Just usually they don't like
I think
spit
there's
on
both.
you and then make you poison. That's like a dragon thing.
Keep your skin covered, preferably with something tanky. Let's just say its sunburn is going to be the least of your worries on the Great Conch.
Well, luckily for you, I think you could easily get away with. I mean, I don't know anything about this boss's like defenses and stuff like
Yeah.
that, but I'm assuming you could easily get away with using like a twin flame staff, for
Oh, for the
example,
air. Yeah,
because it should be weak
definitely.
to air, exactly, which
True.
also gives you at least, I'm guessing, 50% increased accuracy as well as
I don't remember
damage.
exactly, to be honest.
No, we don't know the
Oh,
numbers.
you're guessing.
Yeah, but if it is 50% weakness, then that means that's 50% accuracy, which
Hmm.
means that if you were to wear like a Guthin's plate, notoriously tanky,
Yeah.
then it wouldn't be as big a deal.
I'm curious to see what people wear because stuff like this, like mid-level, it makes me wonder if you just bring like a scythe, are people just gonna use a scythe?
I mean, the thing is, if it does have weakness, there's a really strong chance its mage is just going to be the best.
I hope that mage and not shadow is the best. That'd
Yeah.
be interesting.
Uh, I don't know. I mean, Shadow is just insane.
I love the
But
shadow, but
yeah, disregarding the Shadow, I still think like I don't know what else can use it like the new wand. Can the new wand use the main spellbook?
what Numon? Oh, the Iviac?
Yeah. Is that
No,
charges?
I think it's charges,
that's
but I don't
charges,
have
yeah.
it yet.
Okay, well I guess Nightmare Staff or whoever has that.
Okay. Or for me, I'd choose the master one still.
Yeah, true.
Not even a Kodai.
So yeah, I don't know. I feel like that'll be pretty strong, and then you can use that kind of like how unless their defense or whatever is crazy, which I kind of doubt.
It's level 51.
Then I
Slayer.
mean you can probably run a setup similar to like how you do Barrows, right? It's
Probably.
like hybrid.
I just won't use shadow at Barrows.
Oh, okay, bro. Yeah, I just use a 2 bill setup for
whatever.
this level.
I
Like,
heard it's only
50
800 mil
boss.
now.
It is very cheap.
Yikes.
But anyway, something that also is probably going to be very cheap is going to be the new uniques from this boss.
Remember, mid-level boss, lowest level Slayer boss. Keep that in mind when we talk about
it's
these.
low level. I'm calling this low level.
Yeah. First drop is going to be the Gleaming Rapier. So this is a new tradable melee weapon requiring 65 attack to equip. If you want to share some of the bonuses.
Yeah, it's a stab weapon, so it has 100 stab, 78 slash, 102 strength, and you're like, damn, that's pretty good. No, it's 5 attack.
5 attack speed, yeah.
Yeah, it's the stab version of the Z-Axe, which, I mean, the Z-Axe is good, but...
I think this will be good for irons, because it's going to sit between Dragon Sword and Zamaraki and Hosta.
I mean, maybe, but...
As someone who's not in iron, I think this will be good for irons.
Yeah, maybe, I guess. I just use bolts for dragons, or also they're extremely weak to magic, so I would just use that instead. I have a kind of a big problem with this weapon.
What?
It just doesn't make sense.
That the Griffin drops a stab weapon?
Well, no, that's fine, whatever. But the thing is, like, when they even say it here, it's supposed to sit in between the D sword and the Z axe or the Z Hosta, right? Why not just make it a Hosta?
Because we only have one rapier in the game. We have multiple Hostas, right?
No,
Do we only have one Hosta?
we have dragon. Well, I mean, you have the other ones before that, but no one uses any of them except for the Z Hosta.
But we literally only have one rapier in the game.
Yeah.
And
It's
because
also useless.
Yeah.
You might want 2 useless ones. That's
I don't
cool.
think he'll be useless in the middle game. So Hosta has every kind of thing. Oh, there's a gilded Hosta even.
Yeah.
Dragonheart Lands counts as a Hosta.
Well, you use the Z Hosta.
I
to
know,
make
but
it.
I never considered that. I thought it was a lands. I
Well,
actually like it.
I'm just thinking because it's already 5 attack.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, what are you doing? Are you competing with like
It's
other
very slow.
like how are you going to compete against the faster weapons at that level? People just aren't going to use this, even if it is useful, because there's so many other options. I mean, they might use it. I'm not saying no one uses it. Obviously.
I think they'll use it, but also I think it'll be useful for irons, and I'm not in iron, so I'd love to know your thoughts if you are in iron.
Yeah, I just can't imagine this being used somewhere like the things that are weak to stab. I would just rather use something else like spells, like I said, for dragons. But yeah, I don't know. Like, one, it doesn't make sense, and 2, it'd be cool to like introduce early on because this boss I don't know if we'll go over it, but it does introduce a lot of like early game tactics that aren't introduced other places.
Like avoiding poison and all that.
Yeah, so I'm like, why don't you like show off that hostas have increased range?
Oh yeah.
Like no one ever uses
Hostas
that.
do? I thought just halberds do.
Well, okay, yeah, make it a halberd.
We just got a halberd, the Noxious.
Yeah, it's a level 92. It's locked behind the like and it's
I do understand what you mean, but in my mind, what I think they're probably doing is they're like, going in a cycle of the different kinds of weapons and not choosing multiple back to back.
Honestly, I think it's kind of insane because the only other Hasta in the game, like you said, exists, and it is complete ass.
There's more hostas. I looked it up. Dragonheart Lance is a hosta. There's a gilded hosta.
It doesn't matter.
steel
This isn't an
Hasta.
army like of. We're not assembling the Avengers.
There's a bronze hosta.
Like the Zamorakian Hasta and the DHL are used extremely often.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you a single person I know with the rapier.
That's the point.
What?
Okay, I want to read the dev comment.
You're not
I want
making any
to
sense.
read the dev comment.
The dev comment's like, "Oh, we're just trying to brush
We
the
just
other
wanna troll
rapier
Rob.
under the rug as best we can."
Stab options can feel limited in the mid game, with tier 60 Dragon Sword being the only option until you get the Zamorakian Hasta or the Fang. We expect this to hold a similar spot in the game to the Zombie Axe as a tier 65 stab alternative. Don't look at me. Which could see use for accounts fighting the Eclipse Moon or for accounts dipping their toes into TOA.
No. What?
While it competes with the Zamorakian Hasta in pure stab output, we believe the Hasta will still hold value as a flexible option, capable of all three styles, while still being valuable in the creation of the DHL or when a 4-tick weapon is preferred.
I mean, I'll just already address. I know I'm gonna come off strong in my opinions.
You've never
in
come
this.
off strong with your opinions on this podcast.
I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying these are my opinions. Bro, that is a crazy take for TOA. You get an item that is way better.
Yeah, they just dropped that new gem.
I mean, like,
But you have to first get the gem.
it's better without the gem. You get the bonus.
The Karis?
Yeah.
I thought
The
you...
Karis does better in TOA than it does other places.
Well, apparently this will be better.
It's essentially a Carapace Bane weapon. Why would you use this instead of that?
Karis is only better at TOA than, like, Dragon Sword at, like, Kefri. Kefri's the one that gets the bonus that.
Okay.
But if you get the new gem, I think it's better everywhere.
Yeah,
TOA.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying, I'm not farming this boss when there's other items that are practically the same, if not better.
I'm farming it because I want the next item, which is the pet. But I will not commit to grinding another boss until the pet. I've learned my lesson,
Sure.
especially mid-level ones. I love a mid-level boss, to be honest. We're getting a griffin pet. So the shelving griffin will also have a pet. As we're looking to pull the general sailing pet, we thought it's worth mentioning here in case you're wondering why griffin wasn't there. I literally brought up the sailing pets last night and someone was like, it should be a griffin. And I was like, oh my God, they addressed on the blog. We're getting a griffin pet. It's not a sailing pet though.
True.
Anyway, those are all going to be questions. So Robert, go vote no on should the gleaming rapier be added to the game.
Yeah, dude. Just make it stronger and make it two-handed and make it a halberd.
I disagree.
It's more thematically accurate too. Why would you bring a rapier to a griffin?
You wouldn't. So I was thinking about lore reasons and I was thinking of BG3 and how I don't even think it was a griffin. I don't know what it was, but it was like some bird thing. And it had a bunch of like random stuff like swords in its nest because it like shiny stuff. So I'm like, oh, a rapier actually makes sense to me because it's smaller and you can just pick it up. That's my thought.
Yeah,
I
sure.
kind of wish this thing was a pet instead of a griffin though.
True, he does look like you. So we got Aqua Knights, which apparently are from like RS2 or 3.
I was going to say Equinities. I didn't read it right.
However you'd like to read it, these things look like water dogs.
Oh, they do.
And,
They're like dark beast of the water.
They are dark beasts of the water. So these things are actually pretty cool, and they have the highest requirement out of any of the mobs we're going to see today. So these creatures are essentially a cross between like an anglerfish and a dog.
Yeah, actually, I love them.
And they do have superiors, so shout out to them. They're going to be 3x3s.
Superiors look sick. They're gonna have their very own unlockable Slayer task. They have naturally high stats. You'll be able to remove their advantages. They have not revealed how. I'm just gonna bring BGS. They also have superior, like you said, with another unique mechanic, which they do not spoil. But they say they'll test your ability to swap prayers consistently.
I could see it being something like
like the anglerfish light shoots out projectiles.
no, I was gonna say like a demonic, but like they don't have prayers, they just swap often.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, this is an 86 Slayer
Oh my
requirement.
god, I did not see that.
Yeah, I told you it's high.
You said it was high, and I was like, oh, it's gonna be like 80,
No, it's high.
86.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It drops arguably the only like real usable item from any of these boss or mobs in general, so that kind of makes sense. And it can only come from Neve or Dirto with actually kind of a high weighting, and you can unlock additional ones to extend the task.
Yeah, there's 100 points to extend it and 80 points to just unlock them in general.
Yeah, so you don't have to fight them if you don't want to. You
I
do
thought-
need 73 sailing to even get to them.
Holy moly. I thought this drop was very interesting. It kind of reminds me of like a price gun, but upside down is what it looks like.
I think this looks really stupid.
I thought it looked stupid, and then I imagined the animation, and I was like, you know what? I can see that, and I feel like I'd like how the animation looks. So it's called the Aquanite Tendon or the Aquanite Hopper. Are they not sure what to call it yet?
No, it's the Aquanite tendon drop, but the item is the Aquanite hopper.
Oh, you like make it into that.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is a tradable range offhand that provides a 10% chance for crossbows to fire twice instead of once. The second bolt will have a 67% reduced damage, accuracy, and enchanted bolt chance. Please note that the second bolt's enchant effect cannot activate the first already activated it. No back to back.
Yeah.
It has the following stats. You please.
It's just plus 12. It has minus all other stats, but plus 12 ranged attack bonus, no defensive pluses or minuses, and it has 1 strength bonus for range.
Yeah. Do you want to read the dev comment on this one?
Yeah, so it's the most ranged offhands have defense, like all the shields and stuff like that, but they're kind of moving away with it with this one. So the Aquanet Hopper should add a noticeable increase to your damage output, opening up for more options for using crossbows, particularly for mid-game accounts where defensive capabilities of a shield aren't yet required, but it won't replace the Twisted Buckler as the existing best in-slot ranged option at the top end. I feel like it kind of could.
You think so?
I mean, I don't know about like consistency and stuff like that, but I'm just imagining, even though there's obviously a 70% reduced chance of this happening, you can still shoot your bolt, hit, get the extra chance to hit, and then have that extra chance proc a ruby bolt.
But you can only get one ruby bolt, so it'd just be essentially like you're hitting a normal ruby bolt. But you have a higher chance of getting ruby bolts in general because it's hitting twice.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. Even though it's a small chance, you not procking doesn't mean now that you won't proc.
Yeah, I guess.
And the proc, I'm guessing, it's still a proc, so it's not like it's affected by the 70% reduction. So you could still technically hit over 100.
Okay.
Even on like a random bolt proc.
I was looking at the Twisted Buckler to see if its price has changed dramatically, and it's not. Just within like 1.5 mil.
Yeah.
Okay, so nothing's changed, but the Twisted Buckler has better stats, of course.
Yeah, way higher stats. 10 range strength versus 1.
I guess it just depends if you want to try to risk it with that, or if you want to get more consistent with the Twisted Buckler.
Yeah, I'm just, I guess, more interested to see what that damage actually translates to, because it's hard to say like what's 70% and then 70% of like 13, which is the bolt proc chance.
It's weird.
It's like not very good, but I mean, it's technically possible that you hit for like a 40 and then you get a bolt proc for 100.
Yeah. I think it'll be very interesting to see how much the first one of these sells, because you have to be like, what was it, like 70 sailing? 73 sailing, and then you also just fight this until you get the drop. It's gonna be very interesting to see like how long it takes these to be on the market.
Maybe. I really don't think so.
I'm excited for it.
But yeah, I think it's kind of interesting. Also, I think it'd be kind of cool to see like the potential like 100, with the bolt proc or whatever, and then into like, because you can use this with the next crossbow as well.
Is that one-handed?
Yeah, all crossbows are one-handed except for the javelins.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's like you could then spec it for like, practically over 200 damage in like one tick, kind of.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be kind of interesting. I don't know where it'd be useful, but it would be interesting. It would just be cool to see.
Maybe for speedrunning.
Maybe.
Next up, we have Lava Strike Worms. This looks like the wilderness boss that we were gonna get. Do you think they used a similar design on purpose?
Maybe.
It looks like that.
Also, the first time I read it until I reread it, was I read it as lava strike worms.
Strike you. Shoo, shoo.
Yeah,
It's gonna get you.
because they
It's
kind
gonna
of pop up,
strike you.
they pop up randomly. So I thought that's what they're going for.
These things look weird. I kind of like it though.
Yeah.
So deep within the scorched heart of Charred Island lurk the lava strike you worms. Some claim they're born from violent eruptions long ago, while others suggest they're less natural creations. The truth is, I'm sorry, I almost lost my voice. I was getting a little too dramatic. The truth has been lost. Some hints might still be found in the dungeon. Also, there's lore here. These monstrous creatures pose a constant danger, with larger ones burrowing beneath the ground, ready to erupt without warning and ambush any adventurer dares to get too close. So don't stop in this area, because you're probably going to get attacked by a random mob.
Yeah, and there are superiors.
Yeah, I really like how they look.
They are relentless and can attack with melee or range. Some of your magic can weaken them though. So, but other spells may only make them stronger.
Oh, I'm assuming water
I must.
will weaken them.
Yeah, I was about to. I thought you were gonna say strengthen them. I was like, what? Also, they have a superior version which can burrow underground, so you have to kind of move around a lot if you don't want to die. All the Slayer bosses is gonna be Cheldar, Neve, and Durdle. They can assign this with a actually kind of high weighting.
And these are worms. They're included under worm task.
Yeah,
I'm assuming they're also going to be their own task, but if you get a worm task, you can still do them.
true. If
That's
you want
really
to.
cool.
Yeah, if you want to. You might not want to because they actually don't drop anything really good.
Well, it drops
but
some uniques.
to be fair, neither do the other worms.
Yeah,
So,
I don't know why worms annoy me.
yeah, you can also increase this to 200 to 250 for 100 points.
So unique drops, we have Strike You Worm Bones. They're a new type of bone that gives 60 per XP when buried, putting them between the worm and dragon, so it's better than worms if you're going for prayer. When blessing them and breaking them down, they give 48 blessed bone shards.
Yeah, cool. And they also drop dragon sheets. These are just sheets of metal used for building ships.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Next up, we have another mob. It's frost dragons. These require level 1 Slayer. Did we say what the other one required, by the way? I don't think we did.
A 62
Slayer, 60 sailing, though.
Yeah.
So, if you're experienced sailor, you may chart a course to Grimstone, a long forgotten frozen island. Few who set foot here ever returned, for deep within its icy heart lie the frost dragons. You know, it's a lot less scary after saying it's level 1 Slayer. I
Yeah.
will say that. These are entombed in permafrost, their chilling breath seeping in the air. If you catch a glimpse of their shimmery scales, heeded as a warning of retreat, unless you're willing to take on a trial colder and deadlier than any other. Dramatic. Dragons can be fought outside of the Slayer task, but you can still get them as a Slayer task. They won't need to be unlocked with Slayer points, but they're low weighted with low quantities added to higher level Slayer masters. So they're from Neve and Duradel only. They attack with melee and dragon fire. They will be weaker to stab, heavy range, and fire spells. Their breath is also icy rather than fiery, like KBD's ice breath attack. Like the new NPCs described above, they'll be found in single weight combat and cannons will not work. You need 87 sailing to get to this island.
Yeah. Honestly, these seem like kind of out of place.
It is a little random.
Like they don't have any good drops.
Okay, well, we'll talk about the drops.
Yeah,
then.
so they have frost dragon bones, which give 100 prayer when getting buried, which puts them between lava dragon bones and hydras. So they're good bones.
They're better than lava, and they're not in the wilderness.
Yeah, but you can get lavas with like practically no risk.
Well, if you're like a hardcore, this could be nice.
Yeah, I guess so. If you have
Would hardcores
87
even go
as
to
a hardcore,
I don't know.
yeah. But they give 84 blessed. So I don't know. They just kind of seem out of place. They don't have any good drops. The only good drop they have is the dragon sheet. It doesn't say. I mean, I'm sure they have regular dragon drops,
Yeah, I'm sure.
but yeah, I don't know.
They're okay. It was kind of random. I was not expecting to see just plain old dragons on the list.
Yeah, and they look like they're from like
You know,
2007.
I think they should have been one of those things that they add not as a Slayer task and just as a dragon.
Yeah, it seems weird.
I guess that they would have to be a Slayer task because now they're pulling stuff like that. But it is random. This seems like, why are you pulling a dragon? Just add a dragon.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's level 1 Slayer. Next is the most important.
A sailing pet.
Yeah. So as promised, we would like to offer the community the opportunity to vote on what pet you'd like for sailing. Without further ado, here are the options. Would you please describe them for us, Rover?
Yeah, so it's a sea
In
turtle.
great detail.
A small, and the other one is a small version of the front half of the griffin.
It's a pigeon.
It's a seagull. And the third option is a crab with a hook claw.
Yeah.
The fourth option is a parrot.
Yes.
And the third or the fifth and final option is a hermit crab with the shell actually being a glass jar with a very small ship inside of it.
Yeah. I don't know what I want the most. So,
Yeah.
okay.
We've already talked about this, so you already know what I think.
I know. But should we just talk about all of them?
Sure.
Okay. Turtle. Adorable. Like, I kind of want the turtle.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not crazy. I think a turtle would be super cute. I have no other thoughts on it. I just think it'd be really cute. And it would make sense. You know, we're going to meet the Tortugans and stuff. I don't know. It makes sense.
So you want to enslave whatever they have as pets?
No, I want to adopt a child. Next.
Okay.
Do you have any thoughts on the turtle before we move on?
Yeah, no, it's cute.
Okay. The seagull. I am not going to vote for the seagull, but I do love it. I love it so much because it's not flying, it's just walking behind you based on this drawing. And I just think it'd be very funny to be in Brimhaven and or like the docks somewhere with like seagulls and you're just walking around and there's just a little seagull following you. And I think it would just look cute.
Yeah.
Thoughts? And
I
it could potentially look like the griffin pet though.
think it looks fine, but it looks kind of stupid. And I think there's too many birds in the game.
Yeah. The crab with the hook claw. It's cute, but I kind of wish it didn't have a hook claw. I understand why it does because it's sailing,
Yeah.
but it feels weird to me for some reason. I don't know why it feels RuneScape 3-esque because I feel like they like decorate their pets more.
Okay.
But I do think it's cute. I wouldn't be mad at this one. And I think it could potentially open up a recolor to be like the gem crab in the future or something.
Okay. I think it looks okay, but this is my reasoning for the hermit crab as well. But I think the crabs would be better as bosses.
Like boss pets.
So I think they'd be better as boss pets.
He's like, oh, we were talking about this earlier, so you know my thoughts. His thoughts were like, or we were joking about there being a raid, and every single boss is just a different hermit crab within like another hermit crab's jar or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. New raid idea. Parrot looks pretty, looks like the Quetzin.
It looks like the shoulder parrot that's already in the game.
That's true, but it'd be flying behind you.
No, yeah. Well, again,
I do like the thematics of it. I think it makes a lot of sense, but yeah.
again, there's too many birds.
Yeah.
And it already kind of exists.
The hermit crab I like, but again, the jar with the ship just feels odd to me. But I would be happy with it as a pet. I think I'd be happy with everyone except for the parrot, to be honest.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on the hermit crab?
One, again, I think it should come from a boss. But two, I think it'd be cooler if it was like a lobster. And since
Oh.
I've never seen lobsters walk fast, I don't think they can because they have small legs. I just think it'd be cool if it was a lobster and it just like rapidly dragged itself forward with its big claws.
It's so stupid.
Yeah, it would look really dumb.
Okay, and then what do you want the pet to be?
A turtle.
Yes. Do you have reasoning?
It looks the best. It's the most thematic. We don't have anything super similar to a turtle.
We really don't. We just have like Zabak, a crocodile.
Yeah, and also I think you could do a better version of a boss pet.
For the others.
No, for this one, like I think the direct translation between a crab pet for a crab boss, like the ones that we've seen here, is easier. Like you can easily make a different version of a turtle pet from a turtle boss than you can, I think, like a crab pet from a crab boss. Like this already looks like a crab boss pet.
Yeah.
Is what I mean. While this turtle doesn't look like a turtle boss
It does
pet.
look like a skilling pet.
It does.
It's like kind of simple. I think that's my issue with the hermit and the crab is it looks like they're trying too hard and it's like this is a skilling pet. Skilling pets I feel like are notoriously just like simple animal,
Yeah.
which I like. I think I like the turtle the most too, to be honest, because that's just something that we've talked about in the past. And we talk about sailing pets is how cute different versions of turtles would be. I would be happy with all the other kinds though. I think even the parrot I'd be happy with, but you did remind me of the shoulder parrot did kind of weird me out.
I do think I think the seagull and the turtle will be the front runners.
You think the seagull will?
Yeah.
I love the seagull, but I thought people might complain. I think the crab and the turtle will be the front runners.
No, I don't think so.
I don't even know if this poll is still open. Would you like to read the next thing while I double check that's not closed and we're not behind?
Yeah, sure.
Which
so
happens.
the next thing is going to be kind of just random. So they talked about jumbo squids last time, and they just want to ask if you want it in the game. And lastly, This is kind of,
This one's interesting.
yeah, this is kind of pertaining to sailing, but like not really. So they're asking about skill total worlds. So obviously we have 1500. I don't know why they don't include, isn't there, there's a 1250 world, right?
There is, but they didn't list it here.
Yeah, they didn't list it here.
'Cause it's too
So
baby.
1500, 1750, 2000, and 2200, with 2200 being the highest. But now the new max is going to be 2376 instead of 2277. So they're wondering if they should change it
I think,
or introduce a new skill total world altogether, like 2350, for
I
example.
think they should introduce a new one, to be honest. I don't think they should change the current ones. That feels kind of
I think
weird.
they should change it.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because there's no reason for it now. Like previously,
Like they're not as
the
prestige as they
difference between
were.
22 and 2277 is vast.
That's true.
But now the difference between 22 and 2376 is incredibly vast. Like there's kind of no point.
Yeah.
Whereas like it would make more sense if it was 2250 or even 2300, because those last 76, one, that's going to take a long time, and you want to be alone, and it's more of an achievement in my eyes to be 23. 22 is just like a weird stepping stone.
I was so excited whenever I unlocked 22.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are. So
Yeah.
it's like now if you unlock 22, then you just have to be like, all right, only 50 more to go until I lock 2250. Like what? That's weird.
I thought you were saying you want that.
No, I'm saying I want them to change 2200s to 2300s.
Oh, you want it in between of these two things. Okay. I was like, that's not one of these options. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
So it says we could
Raise the requirements. It's right there.
Yeah. Oh, but they were just saying to 2250 and you said 2300.
Yeah, I
so
want
was
it to be
thrown off.
2300.
Okay. That's a lot. But yeah, no, fair.
It's the same thing now. It's the exact same thing, right? It's just one level is the only difference.
Well, if you do 2300, then you'd have to get like 99 sailing. You'd have to.
What?
I don't know how to explain my thought process. I don't know if
It is literally one level.
What?
You know that, right?
What do you mean one level?
Like the difference between 2200 right
Okay.
now and 2300 after the next skill releases is one level difference in the grand scheme of things.
Oh, I thought you meant literally. Like,
No.
I was like, what are you talking about? It's 100.
So that's why I think it still retains like, all right, cool. I finally hit
yeah.
2300. Now I have all of my skills that I needed to level the last 2 or 3 levels. Whereas
Okay.
like if it's 2250, it's like you still have a lot to go. That's 120 levels.
Yeah. I kind of like, I want the introducing a new world, but I also won't be mad if the upping the worlds currently wins.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
it's not, I mean, I think either is honestly a
I don't-
fine-ish,
I
or a
don't-
fine idea.
I don't actually care either way. I just
not
think it
serious.
would make more sense to be 2300
Okay.
or
fair.
or 2250 if they want to just for and
Just, you want to just increase.
yeah, let's not pretend that it ever made sense that they just randomly were like 1500, 1250, 1750 and then like 2200 like
2000's one too.
yeah, no, I know.
Okay,
I
yeah.
just skipped over it cuz it's but yeah, like 2200 never made sense.
I always loved 2200.
So yeah, I don't like whatever. We're used to it not making sense. I think I think if that's the justification for making it 2250, it's fairly weak. Just make it 2300 because that would make
Okay.
more sense.
Sure. Next up, this is kind of random. Bank space?
Well, there's a whole new skill.
That's
Imagine
exactly what
leveling,
they say.
imagine leveling construction and not getting the extra bank space.
Yeah, so they are proposing adding 100 extra spaces for all members at no cost to deal with all the new sailing stuff we're going to get, and a plus 10 spaces per bank space unlock, raising the maximum unlockable slots from 360 to 450. Maximum bank space will grow by plus 190 spaces in total. That is so huge. This is going to be a poll question, though, of course. I think they'll pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have another one. This is kind of random. So it's
Random, it sounds nice.
It's a new necklace called Medallion of the Deep, which is untradeable and gives you unlimited breathing, but you don't have to use the apparatus or anything like that. But you cannot use it in areas that restrict your oxygen limit for balancing
So that one little
reasons.
mini game in False Island.
Yeah, so
You have
this,
to actually play the mini
it's
game.
not supposed to be OP. It's just supposed to make it so you can wear helmets and stuff underwater.
That's so cool. I really like this.
Yeah,
They don't say where it's going to come from, though.
they don't.
But fun. I like it.
Yeah, it's fine.
Next is the anti-bleed tonic, which we spoke about before. They've decided to rename this to hemostatic dressing instead. In my medical coding course, I had to take like anatomy and physiology, and they were teaching me like prefixes and suffixes. So I'm just like, oh, hemostatic, blood, same. Because it's just like staying in your blood, like it's stopping it. Okay. Following discussions with the team, we'd like to alter the process of creating it slightly. All steps continue to use herblore, and the effects of this item are unchanged. So step 1, add elkhorn to a vial to create an unfinished elkhorn potion. Mix in squid paste to make a hemostatic poultice. Combine with cotton yarn to produce the final dressing. These dressings will be made with 3 applications and can be decanted like potions to have up to 4, and they'll still use the potion delay system when consumed. They're treating it as an honorary potion.
Oh,
But it's
okay.
gonna be little bandages.
And the last thing is they talk about the max cape clarification. People, for some reason, thought that you actually were going to get your cape like thrown in the trash for you by the mods or something. No, dude, it's going to work like everything else.
Like
when
a quest cape.
yeah,
You
it's
just
going to
can't use
just,
it.
it's going to be in your inventory. You just can't use it.
So something important to note though, if you own a cosmetic variant like the Infernal one, you will be able to dismantle it. Don't worry, you don't have to go and like re-get any of these capes. You can just take it
That's
off.
one thing is a lot of people were like, oh,
They
if you
weren't
wanna,
clear about that, to be
if you want to
fair.
keep your, real cape, then you have to dismantle it beforehand, but you don't have to now.
Yeah. They just wanted to clear up that confusion. And then they had an update on the sailing stress test that happened on August 14th. So our test was targeted towards performance of, I mean, it was really just to see how the game worked with 2,000 people in one world all in the same area. So what we learned, boat movement was very performant. Network code was acceptably performant with some room for improvement, particularly under heavy load. Both player and boat scripts were acceptably performant. Memory was not a concern. It's staying well within normal ranges.
Yeah, so there was one issue that caused major lag, but they think it's the way that they set up the server and not necessarily the actual stress of the players itself.
Yeah, it said some game ticks took upwards of 20 seconds.
Yeah,
Bro.
which is kind of a little bit longer than it's supposed to be.
It's a good thing they did the stress test.
Yeah. So hopefully that'll be better next time. So they say that now that we've done the test, we'll be able to directly target some of the bigger pain points, and it's unlikely every single player in the world will be in the boats at the same time anyways.
I don't know. When it first comes out, I feel like that's exactly what's going to happen.
There's definitely people that won't care.
Fair.
You'll be spread across all of Gillinor rather than in just one spot as well.
And we have a lot more worlds now.
Yeah, so they're going to be optimizing how the visibility system handles crowded areas and tightening up performance of player scripts.
Cool. And then wrapping up today's blog, they have a survey, which we mentioned a few times. They also had a Q&A a couple days ago over on their Twitch. There might be a VOD on there. It might be on their YouTube if you guys want to go watch. The poll is going to be on Monday, September 29th. So I was looking if it was closed. It's not even open yet.
Yeah.
Open soon, though.
True. I don't
This is
know.
a good blog.
I honestly have no idea where it said this, but someone was able to like quote that somewhere in this blog. It says that they are still planning on coming out with this year.
I searched the word year and can't find anything. So my impression, because I thought that too, was because they did say it's our final blog before release.
No, like they straight up say.
What do I search? 2025? No. I can't. I'm searching the word year. I feel like it would be under year.
You would think
Winter?
that.
Fall? I don't think it's going to be out this year. Say what you want. There's 2.5 months.
Right here,
I
it's
don't
the
think it's gonna be out.
second top comment. For those of you who don't read the blog, shout out to This Is World of Hurt on Reddit. They quote it saying, many of you have been asking whether we're still aiming for a late autumn release, and we're happy to confirm that development is on track and they'll be announcing the release date soon.
I see it. You know why? Because I searched the word fall and they said frickin' autumn.
True, they are English.
Yeah. I don't want it in autumn. That seems too soon. They were just talking about the 20-second ticks.
Yep.
Oh my god. I'm not ready.
Big autumn
I need to
coming out
finish
soon.
double level 8 first. Oh my god.
Yeah. So, yeah.
They really
it's-
put that in the middle of a paragraph too.
It's going to be coming out soon.
Soon TM.
All right. It is the next day.
Hello.
And I don't have anything to share.
I have nothing either, but we do have an update to the sailing blog we just went over.
Yeah, the stuff we
already.
literally just went over is now wrong. All
Yeah,
of it.
not all of it. Not all of it. He's being
No,
dramatic.
it's literally just like a couple things. So this is a little bit of changes for the blog we just talked about based on player feedback. So yeah, I mean, there's just really, really small changes for the Aquanite hoppers. People were saying that this item's not very good, which is fine. They kind of are. They even clarified that it's not meant to be very good. It's meant to be just okay. So it's not going to change up the end game or anything like that. And because of that, they are reducing the Slayer requirements because people thought it was too high. So now
Yeah, it was like 83.
it was 86.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so now it's 78.
Yeah, significantly lower.
Yeah.
I didn't really read this. I was hoping you would just read.
Yeah,
it.
sure. I can read the whole thing.
I skimmed it on my break,
Yeah.
but it did say that they wanted to clarify the numbers on the Aquanite thing. I did read that.
Oh, yeah. So I guess this is just if you don't know how to do math. They said they like to clarify that the effects reduce the second bolt by 67% damage accuracy and enchanted bolt chance. So it's only 33% as effective, which
Okay.
that's exactly how it came across to me.
I don't know what you just said, and I don't know what I read the first time either. So
Okay.
I hate reading their numbers.
Yeah. The next thing is the Horn of Plenty. This is the one that was the most boggling to
Okay.
me.
Read it to us.
So apparently players didn't like the upkeep cost of it, which I get. You know, people don't like charge escape already, which I just find kind of weird in general. But most accounts are mains. It's like, who cares? Just go buy more. Originally, they proposed to have a +4 invisible boost to the hunter level when it was charged. I'm glad they clarified that because I didn't think that it had to be charged to get the +4.
It does. It has to be charged.
Yeah, it has to be charged, I guess, in their idea for the original item. And it does nothing when it's uncharged, literally nothing. So they simply are going to be removing the upkeep cost, which was the Griffin's feathers, which I thought kind of just was fine. But anyways, they do say that the +4 boost would affect all kinds of existing activities like Champas, Mulk Pearls, Monkey Tails. We're just saying random stuff that doesn't matter at this point. So they think because now there's no cost to maintaining this item, that it's overpowered. That's what they're saying.
They're still gonna have. You can still charge it.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Their rationale for changing it was that people didn't want the upkeep cost, and in their eyes, they're like, all right, if there's no upkeep cost, there has to be a nerf because it's too good for no upkeep.
I actually did read this one, and that's not my understanding at all. To be
That
honest.
is literally what they say in the first 2 sentences.
Well, if you read the next one, they say, we'd like to propose to give a +2 invisible buff when the horn is uncharged, increasing to +4 when it's charged with the feathers, which is what it was originally going to be. All they've done is buff it, so now whenever it's not charged, it's also +2. Is how I'm reading it.
Yeah. Okay. So what I'm saying originally, well, in my few sentences before you stop me, isn't exclusive of what they ended up going
Oh, it was just
with.
their thought process.
Yes.
I thought you were saying that, and I was like, what?
No, I was saying that originally they wanted there to be charges, but people didn't want charges. So they're in their minds, they're saying that the charges, if it doesn't have charges, it needs to have some kind of nerf because it can't be as good as it was with no charges.
Yeah.
So they were going to nerf it. So instead of nerfing it, they pseudo nerfed it. And now
Yeah.
it has pseudo charges. And by that, like you said, there is a +2 invisible buff when it's uncharged. Previously, it did nothing. So that's
just a pure buff.
Yeah, that's kind of a buff. And then also, we still get the charges because now if you want the +4, then you have to use the feathers.
Yeah.
So it's a half charge system.
Okay. They're also gonna add these feathers to random bosses too.
Yeah. Honestly, I was just baffled just because, like, who cares about the +4 invis? Like, for anyone that doesn't know, +4, like, invis buffs don't give you access to content or anything like that. So it literally just be like you're
It just
catching.
makes you more like you're more likely to catch stuff.
Yeah, you're just catching more chins or more Mulk Pearls. Jesus.
I did want to correct myself. I got it backwards. So they're not going to add the feathers to other tables, but they're going to add like other drops. It's not just going to be like feathers and uniques from Griffins.
Yeah,
Which obviously.
Yeah, so they also like say on a similar note, they say like for rainbow crabs, for example, which is like the new food or whatever. This could have been added to the Griffin's loot table, making it more profitable, but they want the Griffin specifically to be a Slayer slash Hunter incorporated enemy.
Yeah.
So that's why they're not adding a bunch of stuff to Griffins like that are profitable. So the Griffins likely won't be very profitable.
Okay. I mean, it's a mid-level. Like,
Yeah,
this to be
it's
expected.
not a high requirement. I'm guessing the bosses still will be, but yeah, that's different.
Even the boss is still only 50 something. They said it's gonna be the lowest level Slayer boss.
Yeah, but it's still a boss.
Yeah, but it's less than Kraken.
Yeah, but I mean, even doing what's his name, like Briofita, that's profitable. That's the lowest level boss in the game.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It'll still be fine. Just don't expect it to be like Vorkath.
And don't take your scythe like I did to Disgrace.
Or you can.
Next up, Robert got his way, guys. The rapier is not gonna be a rapier anymore.
It just didn't make sense. And if this is the next day for us, I wanted to double back and just make sure people weren't thinking I was saying that that like this was going to be too good or anything like that. I just thought thematically. My main concern was thematically.
You just didn't know why it would be a rapier.
Yes, that it didn't make sense it was a rapier. If it was a spear, that would have made way more sense. It's still not a spear.
I still think the rapier could have worked because in my mind, it's coming from a griffin. I'm thinking, I don't remember if I said this to Robert, if I said it on the first half of the podcast, but like in BG3, they have like big birds and in their nest are random weapons that they pick up. So it actually makes sense thematically to me. Because rapiers are light. So
I will give that to you if the rapier was used ever in like combat with animals.
You wouldn't get it.
But also number two, rapiers are known to be one of, if not just straight up the most rapid one-handed attacking sword.
That one was valid,
world.
Yeah. So they are going to switch it because they want it to be 5-tick for some reason.
Like every other game that has a rapier, it's like, oh, guess what the special of the rapier is? It can attack 4 times in 1 second because that's what rapiers do.
Yeah.
It's a rapid attack. It's a rapid stabbing weapon.
There also was concerns that it's too easy to obtain given how like it's actually pretty good for the level, I guess.
Yeah, the ZX is really difficult to obtain in comparison.
So now you have to have level 70 smithing to create it.
Yeah. So it's the same as the axe in that you need 70 smithing, but this is different in that you don't actually need to like smith it. You just take it to the Giant's Foundry and use it on a polishing wheel.
Yeah, really weird. So you have to have Giant's Foundry done to do this as well, to get the rapier.
Yeah. So it's still technically going to, as far as I know, maintain all of its rapier stats, but it will not be a rapier. It'll be a class as a different weapon, and it'll still be 5 attack speed and everything like that, but it's going to be something different.
That's all I understood.
That's what they said. I'm guessing it's going to be a spear because spears are still one-handed.
Yeah, I could see a spear. I don't think they'll do a halberd just because they just did a halberd.
I think they could do a sword, but that would be kind of lame because everything's a sword in this game. But
I don't know.
Whatever.
Next up, lava strike worms. So there's an error in the blog about them being unlockable tasks, which has now been corrected. They are just part of worm tasks, so they will not be unlockable, which means they're also not going to be their own task, I'm assuming. It's going to be worms only.
Yeah, just worms.
They're also single way and not cannonable, similar to Aqua Knights.
Cool. Yeah, this next one, I actually really like the change.
I thought it was kind of fun and thematic.
A lot of people, I saw this a couple times, thematically, traditionally, stab weapons were best at dragons, which would have been the case for frost dragons here. But everyone's like, that doesn't make any sense. They're made of ice. Ice is not weak to stabbing, ever. It's weak to being crushed. So they're changing it to crush.
I thought that was kind of fun.
Yes, it makes way more sense.
And it's a miscellaneous one. So there wasn't a clear winner in our survey for community consensus on what we should do with skill total world. So we're going to put this to a poll and offer both options stated in the blog. I'd be okay with both.
Yeah, I don't care.
They're also going to change the spelling of hemostatic to be spelled hemostatic, spelled like the British way.
Yeah, I saw someone's suggestion for that.
That's funny. They also really love the community's suggestion regarding transmog options for pets. We're not able to commit to these for launch. However, we'll certainly keep them in mind for the future. For now, vote for the pet you most want to see. Don't think about their transmogs in the future. Just think of how they are now.
Yeah.
And vote turtle. That's it. But we have 3 other blogs. One is like kind of a nothing. So this one, it's just to let you guys know, it's the last chance for the Makeship plushies, Stray Dog, Capybara, Zanuck, and what is this guy's name? Thurgo. Why did I want to say like Zork?
I just call him Pie Guy.
Pie Guy.
Yeah, if you want the most foulest looking capybara in existence, then you can still buy them for the
I
time being.
am still like low-key obsessed about how Zanuck looks wearing her little jacket. I don't know why, but it was so goofy. And like I think they've only sold like 100 of them. So knowing that it'd be one out of like 100 people in the world who have this weird little goblin is pretty funny.
True.
Not funny enough to buy it. Oh, I didn't realize Thurgo's wearing a smithing max cape.
That's where you get it from.
Yeah, but they didn't show the back earlier.
Yeah.
So that's actually pretty cute.
And he has a pie.
And he has a pie.
And this is completely unrelated. I just remembered to like kind of, take a step back. Well, I think we didn't know if the poll that we just went over is still going on. It's yet to go on.
Yeah, it's going out September 29th.
Yeah, so it wasn't even active while we were talking about it.
That makes much more sense, to be honest. But yeah, the Makeship plushies, they're gonna be available on up until October 4th. I feel like they're gonna extend it because they haven't sold as much as they probably want.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it for that
Something
vlog.
that they're likely to also extend. This is the
Yes.
player support roadmap. I don't, I'm just not on board with this because I don't think it's real. So I didn't read through it. So this is
I
going to be
read
a
through
lot.
it.
It's going to be a lot of you.
And it's funny because I'm still like weirdly bitter that they wouldn't hire me. But I guess they probably don't want people from overseas. Whatever. So this is a September update. Since the project began, we've surveyed thousands of RuneScape and OSRS players, helping us refine our priorities. So some of the wins you told us you value so far are the clear updates and transparency from the Jagex team, improved contact forms, and the new My Request feature, check tickets, and feedback when you report cheating in game. You've also told us where we still need to go further. That's in real-time live chat support remaining the #1 request, more transparency and flexibility in ban appeals, faster support response times, and expanded account recovery options.
Let me, you know me.
Don't
Right?
compare it to the timeline.
I'm a little bit of a narcissist, so I got to
Are
take
you
the
a
piss
narcissist?
when I can.
Okay, sure.
Well, wait, not a narcissist.
I was like, okay, go off my narcissistic king.
No, not a narcissist. I was gonna say, I meant to say
pessimist.
pessimist. Yes.
A little bit of a narcissist. Sorry.
It's funny. I think I'm like the actual opposite of that. So it's funny I would say that.
You're
But
like, the funny thing is I'm a little what's like, you have like low self-esteem, is that correct? The opposite? Or you are very critical of yourself?
oh no, yeah, I guess so.
The opposite of a narcissist?
Both of those things.
Oh God.
No, I'm saying that would be the opposite.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying you are both those things.
No, I mean I can be sometimes. I
Okay.
can be a little critical.
Anyway, go forward, my little narcissist.
So I just had to point out that it's funny that instead of the very first thing on this timeline, there's a bunch of things on the timeline. I'd recommend checking it out if you care. But it goes from winter 2024 up until autumn 2025, which is quickly approaching.
Yes.
And then it shows like and beyond, right?
Mm-hmm.
So obviously we're not going to count and beyond. This isn't Buzz Lightyear, but I do think it's funny how the very first thing on the timeline is
Winter 2024.
is not completed.
Yeah.
It's
chat
nearly
spam
been a
model.
year.
But looking at the timeline, because they put done or underway and everything, actually makes me feel better about it, to be honest.
It actually
Having
makes
the
me
clear
feel
tiles.
worse
Really?
because you can look at it and there is a equal amount of not done things as there are done things.
I guess my whole thing going into this, my mindset is, yeah, obviously you weren't going to do it based on this timeline. This timeline was like way too rushed for how
Yeah.
big of a project this is. And it seems like there's not enough people on this team. So I guess that's why I'm thinking of it more optimistically, because I'm like, yeah, no one thought you guys were going to be done with this by winter.
Yeah. I thought it was obviously unrealistic, which is why I didn't believe in it to begin with. And unfortunately, they're kind of proving me right. I don't want to be right about this. I just am realistic. And it's just funny because I just thought instead of putting incomplete, they went underway.
Yeah, it's in process.
The worst one is coming soon. That means it's not even underway.
No, the worst one is display name self-service, which has nothing. It doesn't say anything. It doesn't even say coming soon.
Not even classified. Yeah, so it's kind of funny. I hope to see some of that stuff sooner. I'm very results driven, so the
Yeah.
fact that it says underway means nothing to me.
That's valid. I also I feel like the rest of the night I'm so sorry because I'm gonna do that thing where I was it like beat a dead horse, where I know I'm just gonna keep calling you a narcissist because I think it's funny and it's gonna stop being funny at some point.
True.
So this is like your guys' heads up. If you're like, girl, no one's laughing at that joke anymore, I can't help it. Anyway,
Okay.
Let me read this for you.
Sure.
For our players. Player support is an area you've long asked us to improve, and our roadmap was built around your most consistently mentioned features or expectations for what good looks like. As part of our commitment to transparency and ongoing improvements, we promise to gather feedback after major releases. Your input helps us stay accountable and make sure we're building the experience that matters most to you. Following our survey in December that informed our entire project, we ran a post roadmap survey in May of 2025. We received over 5,000 responses from a variety of active and lapsed players from both RuneScape and OS. There's some great things to hear that we're doing well. So, some of the highlights: many players appreciated clear updates regarding the roadmap and future plans. I'll agree with that. Even if they're not on their timeline, it's nice that they're updating.
Yeah.
The revamp of our contact forms and the new My Request feature, which lets players view current and previous tickets on our customer support center, is seen as helpful. The majority of players approach the new functionality that provides feedback to in-game cheating reports, or appreciate it, sorry. I actually like that. I got confused because I was like, why do I have 2 messages? And I went and like logged in my Jack's account and looked, and it was just like, this is the status of your reports. And I was like, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
There are also some important improvements you want to see from us. So all of these have either been recently released or planned in our roadmap. Real-time live chat support remains our most requested. There was some clear frustration with the ban appeal process, with players wanting greater transparency and more flexible options for appeals. Extended waits for support responses remained a pain point, and some players asked for more flexible account recovery options if they've lost access to their accounts. Anyway, there's going to be another survey in October.
Yeah, I guess so.
We could go over the progress so far. I know you didn't read it yet, so if you just want to read it word for word, I guess.
Sure. So they just say that they've actually already more than doubled the size of their support team. So
That's what made me low-key bitter, and I was like, you guys rejected me immediately.
I mean, chill out, dude. It went from 1 to 3. So
More than doubled.
yeah, now as part of their efforts to reach out within 48 hours, so hopefully that's actually been happening. While this has helped, they're not just there yet. So they're hoping to make their team larger, especially for the rest of the roadmap.
Yeah. A new chat spam model was launched late last year, keeping the airways clear for those proper conversations. We're continuing to refine over 2025, leading to 17,000 chat spam bans since it launched. I think I reported one last night, actually.
Nice.
You?
Yeah, sure.
And both of us breathed in like...
Yes. So this next one's going to be showing reports matter. Like you just said, obviously over 700,000 messages have been sent to players telling them that their reports have banned players essentially and have made a difference. So that's kind of a lot.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. And they're trying to do some more stuff. So they have single point of contact. This is phase 1. There's multiple phases. There's 2 phases. So they're launching a new system that makes it easy to open a ticket with player support team and for Jagex accounts, so you can track its progress in like one location.
Single point of contact phase 2 is Scaper, their AI project. So this is going to help players find answers to questions they may not need a ticket to resolve. While Scaper will help plenty of requests, we'll always let you skip the AI chat and open a chat or ticket with a real person if you prefer. Scaper has handled over 22,000 player chats so far with a satisfaction score of 70%. Over the next year, we'll start to explore ways for Scaper to handle self-service directly in the chat, so you can instantly resolve certain support requests without the wait. That makes me think that they're going to get rid of the option to talk to a representative, and that they're going to kind of force you in certain situations to only be allowed to talk to Scaper.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
know.
I just hate whenever I'm like calling a phone number or like trying to do like the live chat and you just keep looping around talking to the freaking AIs over and over again. Oh my God, so annoying.
Yeah. This is going to be not an endorsement necessarily, but the best. I wish they would do this. They don't do this, which is why I'm bringing it up.
Okay.
The best like support experience I've ever had is in World of Warcraft.
Dude, you bring up WoW every episode.
I haven't in a while.
You narcissist.
But this is not to say they have the best support.
Yeah.
They are not the best by any means. And they do a lot of this outside of game, just like how they do for RuneScape too. But back in the day, this was way more prevalent as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you could like put in a ticket from in-game, immediately already a better experience, in my opinion. And on top of that, it would track it in-game.
Oh.
So you can see if it was red or something.
Yeah, I don't have to log in on different browsers.
The best part is a GM would message you in-game.
Oh, wow.
And you'd have like a separate chat open and be like, oh, this person wants to chat, or like a GM wants to chat you.
They really don't want you to close the game, which is good.
Yeah, the game master wants to chat you.
That's
And
pretty
then
cool.
they'd be shooting you like private messages like a regular player, but it's from a GM account.
Interesting.
And you'd like, they'd be like, oh, like, how can I help you? Like, you're like, oh, I dropped this item, can you retrieve it for me? It was an accident.
Like,
And they're like, oh, let me look
no.
for you. And then now there's a thing that for, it's funny, I wonder if they could do that in RuneScape, but that's like such a common request for GMs that it's now its own thing.
That's funny.
Like if you delete an item on accident, you can actually go back for like 1 to 3 months and recover items.
Oh, wow. And this happened all the time.
This happened a lot.
Yeah.
So much so that now you can just go into like a log and it shows you all the items. Like it tracks everything you do in WoW. So like it'll be like, oh, you got this item and deleted it 42 days ago. Do you want to restore it?
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
You can only use it a couple times a month, but it I'm sure cut down their support stuff by like a lot.
Yeah.
It would be nice to see that stuff in game.
I was thinking how it said a score of 70%. I was just thinking about in general, like the scores here. Oh, here we go. So we'll get to it in a second. But in our survey in 2024, 77% of players who appealed a ban or mute were unsatisfied with the experience. And I just want to talk about that because I don't think that could ever be a good score because I think a lot of people are very bitter. And if they're not unbanned or unmuted, they're going to be like, it was a bad experience. And you know what I mean?
Not necessarily.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of people, because we've seen people that will be like, coming to our chime like I was unfairly banned, and then like someone sent me posts from like Reddit and they were talking about botting.
Yeah.
And but it was kind of funny. We had someone come by the other week. I don't think I told you, but I'll tell you after. But they were like, oh yeah, I haven't played RuneScape in a few months. I actually got over I wasn't feeling fishy anymore, so I got a bot and then I got banned and I just stopped playing. And I was like, at least you're not doing that thing where you're like lying, like you're admitting it, which respect.
Yeah. Yeah, that was, I don't know. It's kind of interesting because I think it's semi falsity to think that way, just because the same amount of people, you have to imagine roughly the similar amount of people that had good experiences are also not reporting it.
Oh, like they wouldn't vote.
Yeah. So like the same amount of people that are having bad experiences, they're not either not going to spend the time or are too mad or not mad enough to leave a bad report either. So
that's true.
I was just going to say that saying the same way, like I feel like up here, they say 70% of players had a satisfactory reaction to Scaper. There's probably a significant portion that either didn't vote and had a bad reaction or vice versa.
Yeah, it does remind me like whenever I started my current job or my job before at the call center in the training, they were like asking us questions. They're like, if you have a good experience somewhere, how many people are you going to tell? People are like, you don't really tell anyone or you tell one person. If you have a bad experience, you tell everyone you know. So people aren't really going to report the good things.
Yeah, I generally give places benefit of the doubt at least once, typically. But yeah, to be fair, I don't really remember any bad experiences
in RuneScape or
in real life.
Oh, yeah.
But I remember the good experiences because there's only ever been 2.
One was that Valentine's Day dinner. It was so good that Robert wrote a review and he never writes reviews. And then one was at your birthday last week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I don't know if we talked about this place, but we went to like a fancy restaurant and it was like a speakeasy thing and literally like best food ever and best service ever. It was crazy. They got Robert a birthday card and had everyone sign it.
They did.
It was kind of extra, but I loved it. It was really cool.
Yeah, it was really, really sick.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess I could see that. I don't know. I think that's also a personality thing. Like
I think that we try to be more positive.
Yeah.
You're pessimistic about RuneScape, but you're not pessimistic in life.
Yeah, I don't care to gossip about that stuff, honestly. I'm just like, everyone has bad experiences. It's not a big deal. But
that's true. I remember more so patients that hype me up than patients who are mean.
Yeah. So I guess it kind of depends. But yeah, either way, apparently a lot of people didn't like the ban appeal process, which I could see why. For anyone that doesn't know how it is, it's really not, I don't know how else to say it other than like dehumanizing. Like it's really, because you're not talking to a real person, it feels like. You're just like, hopefully
you're submitting evidence hoping that they actually look over everything.
Yeah, and then typically it's it's a canned response. It's not like, hey, I looked through your stuff. This looks a little suspicious, which is why we're gonna, continue with the process, and you're not going to, you're getting denied. It's just like, oh, we found stuff that looks suspicious. The exact same thing that your buddy got as well, or whatever, and it's just like denied.
Yeah.
Or sometimes it's just like denied. It doesn't even give you a reason.
So yeah, they're redoing this. They have like a little list of how it's going to work now. First, appeal. You're going to submit it and a JAGX moderator will review it. If checking account ownership, looking closely at all available evidence, and removing offenses caused by hijackers are applied incorrectly. Step 2, clear explanations. If your appeal is denied, we're going to email you a more detailed explanation of the decision. Right now, I think they literally just say like a generic macroing.
That's
like,
kind
what?
of, that's kind of what I was saying is like, yeah, you have the initial thing that just says like, banned or whatever, or minor ban or
And
whatever.
then like 2 words describing why.
Yeah.
It's like, can you tell me why?
And even if you do get it, an email through the appeals process, it's similarly dry and unhelpful in explanation. It's like,
so
your
hopefully now
account
they'll actually
after,
get into it.
it'll be like in so many words, it'll say like, after reviewing all of the actions in your account and all of the evidence,
Goodbye.
denied. Like, it's not very good.
For your second appeal, if you still believe the outcome is wrong, you can appeal again for a second time following the same process. Even past offenses under 6 years old that are previously denied can be appealed again under the new system. So any of you guys who were truly falsely banned, you're able to appeal it if you want. We're unable to review bans over 6 years old due to legal requirements to delete those accounts under data privacy laws and retention policies, which makes me wonder, so 6 years old, legal requirements to delete those accounts. Am I going to be able to get the username Bunebape someday?
No, you misinterpreted what they mean.
Why?
So they're saying accounts, not as in accounts that people play, but accounts of banning.
I hope not.
That's exactly
Because
what they
I
mean.
want the username. It's been taken. One of the first things we did after deciding we're going to do a podcast is going and getting the usernames everywhere. And we couldn't get it on RuneScape because it was taken by someone who's not even on the freaking high scores.
Yeah, they don't really play the game.
I mean, they definitely don't play the game. Or they just like hang out the GE and talk.
Yeah, because they talk about like accounts, to delete those accounts under data privacy laws. It's not to delete actual accounts, it's to delete accounts from the record of you cheating, because that's personal information.
I'm having a really tough night.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. Every appeal is reviewed by a real person with evidence checked carefully in 2 stages. While our error rate is very low, we know mistakes can happen and we're committed to fixing them when they do. Real-world trading offenses have already been thoroughly checked prior to being applied. As such, these appeals will only be reviewed once more.
Yeah. And I have seen a few people that have already gotten purchasers that have already gotten 7 days and also permanent bans. So I guess that is nice.
They are
that
trying to
they're
get more intense.
doing something about that. But yeah, that's kind of interesting. I have seen false bans as well, but that not as many.
Anyway.
They have improved security defaults and education.
In our last update, we mentioned the adoption of JAGX account security features was lower than we'd like. Since then, we've been working to raise awareness with additional education and recommended changes throughout an account process. We've also disabled automatically disabling email authentication when you add another form of 2-factor, providing more flexibility in how you authenticate your account. The results have seen an increase in players enabling extra security measures, which is great to see. Remember, relying only on email code leaves your account vulnerable if your email is ever compromised. Make sure your email is secure and add extra protections to your JAGX account for peace of mind. I have like the codes. I have like the MFA on my account and on my email and on like my email or my password keeper website. It should be a little bit annoying to try to get it back.
Yeah, you should, just as a general rule of thumb, we say this every once in a while, but it is good practice to enable 2-factor on any account that you ever use in anything ever.
Mm-hmm. My authenticator is such a long list at this point. Whenever I open it.
The best is authenticator type of stuff. The worst is phone type of stuff. It's pretty easy to
just like text this number to confirm, like that.
Yeah, or like the number will send you like a number, or it'll call you. It's very easy to spoof people's numbers. So if someone knows your number, then they can just pretend to be you and do your 2-factor that way. So yeah, the best is like through email or something else.
Okay. Next up is the launcher logout extension. We've recently extended the inactivity of the logout timer on the Jagex launcher from 30 days to 90 days. That means a better experience if you step away for a while, but also reduces the chance of you needing to go through recovery if your old password eludes you.
Yeah.
Okay,
Cool.
cool.
So this is going to be the player support experience.
Pillar
This is
1.
Pillar 1, whatever the hell that means.
This
So
sounds like some stuff that they say at my work.
yeah, they're just saying that live chat's almost here.
Woo!
So they're saying that they're going to be implementing this yet again, for anyone that doesn't know, only during peak hours
Initially.
with real mods, real life people.
In a few weeks, allegedly.
Yeah. So it's going to take a while to learn and refine their processes. But yeah, hopefully live chat happens soon.
Yeah, initially it's only going to be for payment related issues.
Yes.
48-hour ticket response time is their goal. They've seen ticket satisfaction scores raise from 60 to 79% this year as a result of changes they've made to get a little bit faster. They've already they've doubled their team, so they're getting more speedy, but not quite 48 hours. They want to continue to improve the experience to reach an 80% satisfaction rate.
Should be 90.
Should be 100.
Pillar 2, this is account issues and security. So in the December 24 survey, they had 87% of players want Jagex to lock their accounts if hijacked so that they can get it later.
What would you want?
I mean, yeah, sure.
You had your account hijacked. Would you wish that it was locked whenever that person logged in?
I mean, I'm not like other people. I pretty much just didn't care at that point because I wasn't going to play that account ever again.
Well, you could initially, I think.
But yeah, like, I mean, obviously, if you have like a maxed account, you'd want the account back.
Yeah. Anyway, as a result, we're developing a new detection model designed to identify when an account may have been hijacked. At first, the system will notify players via email when suspicious activity is detected, and soon it will go further by locking accounts to kick out hijackers. To support this, we've also improved the end all sessions function. Previously, ending them all would log you out of the websites, but wouldn't remove your character from the game instantly. Which is funny because it says end all sessions, so you would think it would.
You'd think.
And now whenever you hit to end all sessions in your account settings, your character immediately logs out of RuneScape, OSRS, the launcher, and the website. From there, you'll need to re-authenticate before logging back in.
Yeah, there's also some additional launcher security stuff. So this includes authenticator and backup stuff, kind of like we just mentioned.
Account recovery is one of the most critical aspects of player support. We're currently designing a smoother, more secure recovery process to help you get back into your account safely.
Also, they're wanting to address some Jagex account pain points across multiple areas and platforms based on feedback. This is definitely the number one, and it's switching characters on mobile.
Oh my god, during leagues?
Yeah. They hope to release this before the end of the year.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Another annoying one is so the whole like really good thing about launcher is like on your PC you can just click to log in, one click. I feel like on mobile I get logged out like every few weeks.
Yeah, and then you gotta log in again.
And I don't know my password. My password's like 100 characters long.
Yeah.
Super annoying.
Also, something really annoying is, especially if you are younger on a shared computer, we've all been kids, and you know, the game is like, do you want to play the game? You need admin rights for some reason.
Oh, yeah. So they're hoping to fix that.
Hopefully, they're not going to need elevated rights in the future by the end of this year.
Yeah, you can play in a library. Please do not forget to log out.
Yeah, I feel like your dad gets pissed every time you ask him for the admin password so that you can play your point-and-click medieval game.
Yeah, and your dad's like, no, because you're going to log out of mine.
Yeah, exactly.
He also plays.
So hopefully now that won't happen anymore once this does roll out. And they're going to continue investing in ensuring the game's accessible for as many people as possible. This means Linux support potentially.
And some more Mac improvements.
Yeah, so hopefully this is going to help with both of those down the line.
Mm-hmm. Jagex launcher and account reliability. In our December 2024 survey, around half of legacy account players said they were hesitant to switch because they'd seen Jagex account users run into launcher login issues.
Yep.
Since then, we've rolled out optimizations that make the launcher run smoother and more reliably during those busy spikes around big updates. We're pleased to report there were no performance issues during significant launches like the Varmar update in July or RuneScape leagues that just launched.
Yeah, I was apprehensive during the first year, but now it's fine.
Honestly, yeah, I have it, and I'm really happy with it.
I'm glad I waited, though.
Yeah, I was a little scary at first.
And the third pillar, because there's only three, is cheating detection and removal. So there's new bot detection models. Hopefully these don't suck.
Yeah, they don't get into detail because obviously then all the people would find a way to get against it. To further deter voters, we're also improving our ability to tackle likely railroad trading, and in combination with our harsher penalties, ensure we continue to deter both buyers and sellers of railroad traded gold as much as possible.
Yeah, and I heard that if you do real world trading or bot, Jagex is coming up with new tech to light your computer on fire
Yes,
remotely.
likely for sure.
Yeah, probably.
Our next update, we want you to feel the effects of all these improvements across a ton of areas, and we want to. This isn't saying the updates. So, some desired features are soon to come: better cheating detection, live chat for all tickets, and more flexibility in account recovery. Woo!
It's literally the stuff on the roadmap.
I know. So, the other stuff on the roadmap, look forward to it.
Yeah, the stuff that's still not done.
Speaking of, no, that's not true.
Speaking of stuff that's still not done,
But it actually is done. Wait, speaking of stuff that's still not done, if it was opposite day, interface uplift.
and she thought my segues were bad. That is epic.
If you end anything with if it was opposite day, like you got them. It's
Yeah.
just as good as I know you are, but what am I?
True.
Which is an insane burn, by the way.
Yeah, so that is not true. But the things that are true are the known issues that have been ready to be cold fixed
They're
this
not even
week.
fixed yet.
These are this is the the interface uplift update, which is for this week. Not a ton here, but there's some stuff here, so we'll just obviously go over it. The first thing is that the bounty hunter worlds did not rotate for some reason. They'll rotate next cold fix, next update.
Okay. And they're aware that the new set effect bonus isn't fully working for Virtus.
Yeah.
Also to be fixed.
If you're wondering what that is, we'll go over it in just a few minutes. But first, we're going to talk about drinking, getting that drink.
I drank. So chugging barrel improvements. We heard your complaints. Now when you hit the load button on your barrel, you can snatch potions from both your bank and potion storage at the same time.
Yeah,
I don't
if
know
you think
why you
this
ever
is
didn't have to do that.
dumb and or lame, then you can deactivate it.
I would want this.
Well, I mean, if you're like, I only want it to drink from what's in my inventory
Oh, I guess
because
I
I'm
could see
particular
that.
about it, then you
That's
can
true.
deactivate in the bank settings.
Dude, I still don't have this barrel. I should get it.
I mean, yeah, it helps save you like 3 ticks, something like that.
I don't know.
Or 3 clicks rather. Anyways, we have multi-cannoning. Now, if for whatever reason you want like exactly 10 cannonballs in your cannon, then you can do that actually. You can load a certain amount.
Load X.
Also, honestly, I think this is better, is you can go into your settings and you can make it so that whenever you load up the cannon, it'll only default do a certain amount.
Oh, like whatever your X is?
Yeah, so
Oh,
like
that's
you can
nice.
change it to like, it default max fills it up, right? So you can change it to 20.
Because sometimes you just want to aggro stuff. You don't want to actually keep cannoning them the whole time.
Yeah, exactly. So if like you're like, all right, cool, there's literally 10 mobs here, I'm going to fill it with like 11 cannonballs.
Yeah.
So you don't waste too many.
Cool. Next up is Barrow's Prayer. To save you from accidentally running dry at Barrows, we've had a chat message that pops up whenever your prayer is drained right alongside the classic floating face effect. Which means new players are like, what is this face? What does this mean? Also, why is my prayer gone?
I'm just tripping on like who didn't see the giant face and correlate that to your prayer has suddenly
I can
dropped.
easily see that.
It happens every
can see
14
it.
seconds. How do you not know?
I can-
That's what that means.
Honestly, I thought there already was a message saying that it was drained. I was kind of surprised that there's not.
Yeah, but anyways, if you're also
Silly.
at all going, I mean, they show a picture of a person in full ancestral. If you are anywhere near not a brand new account, just go get the medium diaries.
Yeah, then you could wear the hilt and you don't lose prayer.
Yeah, the hilt is
You lose prayer
drainless.
like normal, but you don't lose it from the big head.
Yeah, so yeah, just get the hilt. But anyways, the next thing is the bank, all your shame at Tob update.
Yeah, so now reclaiming your loot got a little bit better. You now has a bank all button. So you can unlock your chest, hit the button, all the items will be sent straight to your bank.
This is for whenever you die at TOB, by the way. So if you die in the theater, you don't have to do the run of shame and then like slowly re-equip your gear. You can just bank it all and then equip it all at your bank.
It's a little sad.
Yeah, so you can hide among the other people that didn't die. And something for the skillers out there, we have birdhouse seed warnings in case I have seen people do this. In case you're worried about ever putting like your Torstal seeds or your Renar seeds into your birdhouse. I've never done this, but I've seen
I've
people do it
definitely heard of it
somehow.
happening, yeah.
So if you're worried about that, you can actually set a threshold gold value on your seeds and get warned.
That's nice.
Yeah.
See every bonus, big or small. Ever worn a piece of Inquisitor's armor, wondered if that tiny 0.5% damage and accuracy boost was really doing anything? Not really.
It is.
We fixed that. The set effect menu now shows the bonuses from each individual piece of an outfit, as well as the full set bonus if you've got the whole thing equipped. Whether you are Inquisitors, Partial Inquisitors, Graceful, or one of the many skilling or combat outfits with tiered bonuses, you can now see exactly what you're getting.
I think
That's
this
kinda nice.
is dumb, but I think it's
Oh.
nice for a different reason.
Okay.
So I do think it's nice overall. I didn't really ever wonder this myself. I think it's nice just because, especially as a new player, or maybe you just forgot because you're, getting old, you can just go in and see what the side effect is.
Honestly, what I thought was nice is because some stuff I don't even really realize that's a set effect
Yeah.
because I don't have the whole thing. So, like, especially skilling outfits, I'm like, oh, it does nothing unless you have the full outfit, which now I'm like, no, that's not true.
Yeah. Like a good example here is the graceful outfit. I knew that it made your, this is a crazy, actually good example because I think, especially as a World of Warcraft surge had happened, I'm sure there's an infinite amount of people that didn't know or still don't know that the graceful outfit doesn't help your running at all.
Oh,
It
yeah.
never
It's the
have.
run restoration, right?
Yeah, it never has and it never will. It just makes it so you can run more frequently.
Yeah.
And it says here that it increases your restoration of your run energy by 3% for one piece. I didn't know it was 3% for one piece.
I did not either.
Yeah, so
There we go.
that's pretty cool. I just think it's cool that it shows you what the set effects are at all.
Yeah. Suggested world made clickable.
I thought this was always a thing.
Yeah, so now on grouping tab, the suggested world for each activity is a clickable button. I thought this was a thing too.
I think it might be a real life thing.
No, it's because it says teleport next to it and I would just click teleport. Now you can just click world 358.
Yeah, I always thought it worked that way because I never used that feature.
I actually use it weirdly a lot still doing clues.
I use it for
I don't
like
know why.
fishing trawler or one of the random ones for some reason.
Okay.
That's it though. We have some other changes and these are not the best, which is kind of weird because usually they are.
So Fire and Infernal Case will now keep their fiery textures when telling instead of briefly swapping to a static version.
Also, they fixed the Slayer cape, so now you can get back-to-back Zucks if it wasn't working that way before for some reason.
Fix some block ground near Taverley that was stopping players from walking through.
And the 4 bandana eye patches now can be used for a clue that required a bandana.
I didn't know we had bandana.
Banana.
Oh my god, I thought it said banana. That's why I was like, I didn't know that was a thing.
Nope, bandana.
The Ring of Stone and similar items no longer break you out of being tethered to scenery at temp.
Yeah.
Weird.
Also, you skipped one. The
Sorry.
bandana eye patches, once again, have the correct color inventory icon.
I saw bandana and I thought it was the same thing. The new icon that denotes mobile users is now automatically hidden in the bounty hunter lobby app. Oh, everyone in Bounty Hunter's like, I want to fight that person.
Yeah. And that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Not the most, but I mean, some nice little quality of life stuff.
Yeah, that's
And
fine.
yeah, the sailing blog was definitely the winner this week.
Yeah,
That's
pretty
for
cool.
sure.
Not as cool as the questions. From this week,
Wow,
though.
Q&A time, guys.
I haven't looked at them, but I'm sure.
I read them to him, but like not the entire things. So, first question is from Harger. I think this is like the 5th time I'm asking about membership plans and models, but here we go. What do you think about paying for individual 6-hour sessions for memberships? 6 hours is based on the max login time. The sessions would have to be priced accordingly, that after a certain number of sessions, the monthly or yearly membership is more cost efficient. With this, Jagex could target 2 groups. First is players who don't play enough to justify buying monthly membership, but with this new model, they might play a few times, then more often, then get hooked and start to pay for monthly. Or Jagex gets at least some money from the players they would not have gotten any from otherwise. Second, free-to-play players who want to test membership for less than a bond, or former members now free-to-play who want to test new content before becoming a member again. You said this 6 hours, and I was like, I don't like it. But then you said your reasoning, and I was like, okay, I actually kind of like it. Because I feel like people would enjoy this because it reminds me of how they're doing it for leagues where they have these temporary memberships for like good deals. I don't know if 6 hours is a little too little, but I mean, I guess a bond is only like a week.
2
weeks.
It's 14 days.
So they could do something that's like 1 week. I don't know, but I don't think this is a bad idea actually. I don't know if they do it though.
I think you could potentially swing a 1-day membership if it was more expensive, like $5.
Yeah. But isn't a
Um,
bond like 5
a bond is
or like
not
9?
5. It is like a lot.
Okay, we'll say your answer and I want to look up how much bonds
I think it's
cost.
like it was 8 last time I saw it.
Okay.
But I mean, you're paying for the convenience of not investing the full amount in a bond
Yeah,
is my
exactly.
justification, and they would need some justification or like why do it at all.
Yeah.
So, because obviously they want you subscribed, so you forget about the subscription. That's the whole point of subscriptions. Everyone
Hmm.
knows that.
So they would have to scam you a little bit if you can't auto subscribe.
Exactly, because like they're all like, all right, this person just wants to log in for some reason for a week, but like, or for like a day. We don't know why, but we'll charge you more just because it's annoying.
Exactly. Yeah. I
Um,
can't find the bond prices, by the way. I don't have my authenticator open.
yeah, I think it is like $8 or $9. But yeah, I think if you charge them a higher price, you can get away for a day. 6 hours is too little.
Yeah, I think a day would be fair though.
They don't gain anything from that. That's also
And it
not
would be like
enough.
$1.
That's not enough time for someone to get addicted to the game. That's like
Yeah.
dad hours,
Hmm.
which isn't enough time.
So maybe 24.
Yeah, so I could see 24 hours, like a full 24, and that would be
I could already see
a
this
higher
series
price.
right now. People being like, how much can you do in 24 hours in RuneScape?
Yeah, I mean, that already exists for like money making and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
but it's more fun if you have a timer counting you down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think it would also still fulfill the things that you said, where, you
Hmm.
know, if you don't want to buy the full monthly or a bond, it's cheaper than both. Might not be by a lot, but it's still cheaper than both if you don't want to do the
Yeah.
full $9 or whatever. Um, then yeah, I think that would potentially work, especially because I've seen a few times actually where people are like, I need to do something in the game and I don't have membership, but I need membership to do it so that I can re-get membership,
Hmm.
like sell things or farm things or something. Um, and I have seen Jagex mods in the past give them 3-day memberships.
Really?
Yes.
That's interesting. I
So that they
don't remember
can,
them ever doing that.
yeah, I've seen it before so that they could log in and sell stuff. Because some people are like, I have a BCP I want to sell so I can get a membership, like an extra
Oh,
one,
well, they
but I
changed
can't.
that now, right?
I don't know.
I don't know for sure, but I feel like they made it so you can sell it to GE on free to play now because people would get scammed doing that.
Yeah.
Because you would be like, oh, go and like sell this for me or whatever. I don't know how, but you'd get scammed.
Yeah. But I'm sure there's like other reasons, like maybe like you can't retrieve it. You can't retrieve items from Hispori,
Yeah.
obviously. So like maybe that's a good reason. You might need a day or a few hours or something.
Hmm.
So I've seen this in the past, reasonings for this that makes sense. So I could see it being a real thing instead of just asking support if they're being nice that day.
Yeah.
So that would be cool. And also free to play players wanting to test memberships. I think this is actually a really weak concept just
Hmm.
because it takes people way more than 6 hours and way more
Yeah.
than a day.
That first day of free to play, you're so overwhelmed. You're basically just doing free to play stuff still.
Yeah.
And you're just on the wiki while AFKing, being like, what do I do?
Yeah, exactly. So I I think that is surprisingly probably the weakest argument for that.
I do still love the idea of some version of a trial for free to play, though.
I think along those similar lines, though, I do think the best thing they've come up with in a long time is the memberships
The leagues
that
packages.
are a certain length and are deals.
I really like those. Robert was, oh, you said at the beginning of the episode, I guess. He was like considering getting that.
Yeah, because it's $20 for 50 days, which is nearly two.
It's actually such a good
Yeah,
deal.
which is nearly 2 months, right? Which is normally that would be $26 or
Yeah.
$28. I don't remember. Who cares? But
You're saving money.
yeah, it's a discount. It's a deal. So I think doing stuff like that is cool. I don't think they could get away with like less than that necessarily for someone that wants to look at membership.
Yeah. Next question is from Matt on Discord. Do you think we could ever see a fairy magic spell book? I think there could be some super interesting lore behind it, and imagine spells that can make you levitate for short distances, like go across a gap. That could be good for agility. Disappear for a few seconds, like go invisible from the map and mini map, like Frodo in Lord of the Rings, or magical mushroom strike that inflicts weird confusion effects upon your enemy or reduces their stats. I love this idea actually. And my immediate thought was just, I want a teleport that takes you to Daenerys because for some reason I get really annoyed whenever I have to go to Daenerys. I
Yeah.
don't know. It's not even hard. I just teleport home, right click the fairy, and go to Daenerys. But I want to telly there. So I like it. And I like your ideas too. I don't know if they do the invisible one because for PvP reason,
I was
an
going to
entire
say,
clan goes invisible.
so I was going to say that obviously a significant portion of their balancing goes into separately thinking about PvP.
Hmm.
So I was thinking they this would be cool, but I can only see low key. I could only really see any addition to spells or prayers done with the fact that it doesn't get allowed in PvP.
I agree. Yeah.
Like that was one of the
I mean, you
biggest.
could do something like this non-PvP, I guess, but
You could.
you'd crash people. I don't know what you'd use it for.
It's like,
To be funny.
I mean, if we look at the prayers that we didn't get,
Oh my god.
like so
What
many
a
of those
throwback.
were incredibly busted in PvP.
Yeah, they were really nice for leagues.
I don't think they were just well planned to begin
It
with.
felt so rushed.
They didn't have a lot of complexity to them,
And we
or
voted for skilling, and then they said, just kidding, we're not doing skilling. I'm like, why'd you ask?
yeah, and the justification for a lot of them wasn't good, and they just, for the most part, superseded the traditional prayers, which didn't make sense either.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if a lot of that was because they're balancing for PvP and PvE separately. Like I said in the past, the only successful games I've ever seen in my lifetime are games that balance PvP and PvE separately.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the way it has to be done. You can, I mean, you're fighting mobs with billions and trillions and jillions of health versus a player. Like,
Yeah.
like it has to be separate. But outside of that, I think this would be really cool.
I think it could be a fun skilling one just because I like the way you said levitating short distances, and you could use that maybe on like agility things, where you have to grapple, because who brings a grapple with them anywhere? I
Yeah.
always forget. I will just not do content. If I like went in somewhere and had a grapple, I was like, I'll just get there somewhere else.
Yeah, like you can make it way more thematic too. You can be like,
Yeah.
oh, these like pixies pick up a rope and like take it up
I was
there
thinking
for
they
you.
just pick you up and you're like, ooh.
Yeah, I mean they could pick you up, or they can like move a rope up there so you can climb the wall.
Yeah.
Or yeah, the floating thing is cool, and
Oh, you could do a telly to Piro Piro.
yeah, obviously all the tellies and stuff like that. You can have like things that either restore your health over time, or your prayer over time, or your spec or something like that. So it's like cool and unique.
I think this would be so fun, actually. I'm
Yeah.
sold. I like it. I want it.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. But like I said, it would just have to.
No PvP stuff.
You would be stepping on your own feet so impossibly. It wouldn't be a feasible thing to do if you didn't disclude
PvP.
PvP.
Yeah.
Or disregard PvP in some way.
Last question is from Kurt over on Discord. In your opinion, what's the most underrated spell in RuneScape? For me, it's Telegrab. As an Iron Man loot hoarder slayer junkie, I want to pick up everything with 0 tick loss and magic XP. You saying that made me be like, wow, I need to use that more, because I actually do be running over wasting ticks to grab stuff.
Yeah.
I don't have really an underrated one because I'm like that person. I'm the opposite of a hipster. It took me a really long time to even start using thralls because I didn't completely understand how to use them, like bringing the book and stuff. One that I use and I always appreciate whenever I use it, weirdly, is the Apatoll teleport in the regular spellbook, because I feel like I use that one a lot for clues, and it's so random. But that one and the Trollheim one, not that as much now that I have like higher combat achievements in the telly there, but those ones I've always like, whenever I use those tellies, I'm like, I'm really glad we have this telly.
Yeah.
So that, I don't have a good answer. I know what yours is, even if you don't know what yours is.
No, what's mine?
The thieving one. Dark
Oh.
Veil.
Bro, I never used that.
You used it and you said it was so good.
I used it, yeah, whenever it came out, and it was pretty good. But no, the one that I think it's rated pretty well, but I still kind of think it's underrated, is Humidify.
I love Humidify.
I think
I was
it's
thinking Humidify,
really
but
good.
I wasn't sure because it's not really underrated, but I get what you
Yeah.
mean.
The thing is, I just don't think it's used that often.
You can, because I think people use it for raids. I use that everywhere. And whenever I would be farming, I would use that to fill my watering cans, like all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, it's just like the feeling of having whatever in your inventory, whether it's like 14 vials for herb lore, or if you just have like 25 trees as an Iron Man and you're like, I don't want to get my, Gricklers can or whatever out.
I still don't have that.
Or if you have like a regular can, it's empty. It's like, am I going to go find water? No, this sucks. And you just, hit one button and it's all full. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It feels crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like you're cheating. And yeah, so
Humidifier is a really good one.
it's really cool,
Yeah.
especially for things like I think you can use it on water skins,
I think you can. I'm not 100%
which is
though.
also crazy.
Yeah.
So
Humidify is just really busted, to be honest.
yeah, it's really good.
And it's good for chambers.
Yeah. Also, one that is actually probably underrated is the one for like making thread.
Oh, I don't even think I've ever used that.
Yeah, and most people haven't.
Is it like, I don't even know what it's
forgot the name
called.
of it.
Yeah. I think I know what you mean. You like spin it.
Yeah.
Like flax spinner or something. I
Yeah,
don't know.
no, it's not making thread, but yeah, it's like you can string jewelry.
Yes. I don't know what it's called though.
Because I don't want to get a ball of wool.
Nothing, honestly, I'm not even joking. Nothing worse than getting a ball of wool randomly.
Bro, it's like, oh, sick, I got this new, check this out, obsidian necklace. Yo, I don't
Time to
want to
go to
go
Lumbridge.
go skin a sheep and then like bring it back. Like,
You don't skin them.
Yo.
My God.
I mean, I kill them and skin them.
Ugh.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. No one wants to do that. So
Why does that take me back to my very few hardcore Iron Man days?
it sucks.
Getting something and being like, oh my God.
Yeah.
It's
So,
actually weirdly annoying.
Yeah, that's kind of lame. So I didn't like doing that. So that one's actually underrated.
That's a
probably.
good answer. Yeah. String jewelry.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
That's it for the Q&A though.
That is it. So thank you for the questions. As always, if you want to ask questions, you can do so in any of our socials.
Yeah, so our Twitch, I wasn't expecting you to be that quick, to be honest. TikTok and Twitter are being my OSRS. Twitch, YouTube, Blue Sky, and surely something else. YouTube are all Bunebape. I stream 4 days a week at twitch.tv/Bunebape and on our YouTube channel. So come stop by, say hi. Hopefully I'll just be done with Delve soon and get my Master CAs back. And you can see Goose. That's if you see us, if you're watching a video and keep looking aside, it's because Goose is just like right next to us. She just tried to get Robert's paw. And she's just really cute. So
my paw.
oh, your hand. Anyway, come stop by and say hi and offer me advice for level 8 at Delve because it is annoying me. And we also have a Patreon if you want to give us some extra support. You'll get a cute little badge on Discord for the $5 tier and then more benefits as you go up.
Yep. So thanks again for listening. Hopefully you all enjoyed it and we'll see you all.
Very soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.